A lot of different ways. Huge hole on the shovel pass. He just had to use his speed. He was untouched until he was 5, 6, 7 yards downfield.
1st and 10 at the 35 for Skyline. Doman dropping back, looking over the middle, and he's got a man wide open. It's complete. And once again, they're doing a lot of things they haven't done. Brandon Tuff, who's actually the backup tight end, takes that one out at the 49-yard line.
Look at the protection Doman gets. With the respect you have to have for their running attack, everybody's reading the run. He drops right back, gets hit just as he lets it go. That's another first down. They're out at midfield 2 plays into the game.
Skyline with the ball 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Ball at the 49, and the give is up the middle once again to the fullback, or to the halfback, Stevenson. And let's take a look at the Skyline offense. Brandon Doman, the junior quarterback. Nick Morgan, the big 210-pound fullback. Stevenson, the halfback. Peterson and Alba, the flankers, and Jeff Jensen, who is the tailback, but he's been alternating with Brandon Tuff so far. And there's the line, and it's a big line for Skyline. Butler goes 220, Davis 270, Irwin 290, and Blazard goes 190. And it's 2nd and 6 with the ball now at the 47-yard line of Orem for the Skyline Eagles. The give right up the middle, and the fullback powers across the 50-yard line. That's Nick Morgan. Actually down across the 45-yard line. And let's take a look at the Orem High School defense. The big defensive line. You're looking at Stratton at 210, Jackson 225, Ramage 235. His father is the assistant coach at BYU. And Alphen, the tight end, at 215. Matt Rasmussen and Jeff Jackman, the linebackers, along with Richard Robbins and Jaron Ray. They play a 4-linebacker set. And then the defensive backs, Pitt, Peterson, and Lamoureux, the safety. It's 3rd and 4 at the 45-yard line of Orem for the Skyline Eagles in the straight wishbone with 1 wide receiver. Doman looking to go right, and he's got no place to go, and he's backed up by Casey Jackson, the 6'3", 225-pound junior.
That looked like a broken play, and it might have been Doman's fault, and he looks a little upset right now. All the backs were going left. I think they were supposed to be running the option to the left. He turned right, faked the fullback dive, and there was no fullback to fake to, and he just got hit and dropped on the backside of the play.
That brings up 4th and 3, and Skyline will have to kick it away. Back to punt is Matt Alba. His brother Brian kicks for the University of Utah. They call for the fair catch and let it bounce, and it goes out of bounds at about the 9-yard line. A nice punt by Alba. Now we'll be back in just a moment. There's no score in the first quarter of the state 5A championship game between Orem and Skyline.
San Jose, Sacramento, San Diego. Thanks, Morris. Seattle, Portland. Morris Air, bringing low fares to Utah. Thanks, Morris.
呢度有個叉燒攤有個嘢好好食嘅，但係點解佢唔就咁叫蛋卷呢？
De cat burrito bij Taco Time is gewoon een soort lumpia.
Son imposibles de describir y nunca he probado nada igual.
Crunchy, fresh, and filled with chicken meat or refried beans. No wonder they're world famous. They're from Taco Time.
We make it fresh every day. Taco Time.
Country 104.3 KSOP.
The world can stop for my broken heart.
Here's a quarter called Someone Who Cares.
She's in love for
The Thunder Road.
Get the most country music allowed by law. Country 104.3 KSOP. Utah's best country.
Back here at Rice Stadium, Orem's first possession. They take over at their own 8-yard line. Garrett Ducher, the quarterback, and he gives off up the middle. And Rod Zundel on the sideline.
Yeah, Reese, defensive stand by Orem. I saw them about the second game of the year, and they had a tough defense. Not much offense, but a great defense against the run especially. So we'll take a look and see how well they do against Skyline's great running offense, and we'll see how Orem's offense takes against the great Skyline defense.
Well, so far, Skyline's had to use a couple of trick plays that they haven't seen all year to move the ball at all. Orem comes out of the huddle up to the line of scrimmage in a power I formation. Brett Daniel is the fullback. Huntsman is the tailback. Dusher the quarterback. He gives off to Huntsman. Huntsman into the center of the line, gets out to the 15.
Rod was talking about their defense. They only gave up about 7 points a game during the regular season.
Let's take a look at the Orem offense. The backs and receivers. Garrett Dusher is the quarterback. Brett Daniel the fullback. Nathan Huntsman, who's the big ball carrier with 931 yards rushing so far this year. Casey Nelson, one flanker. The split end is Shumway. And the tight end is Ben Alton, who may have the best chance of going to a college playing Division I college football. And there you see the line. It's 3rd and 3. The ball at the 16-yard line now. There's the pitch back to Huntsman. He'll get the first down, and he'll go for a lot more. And he's finally run out of bounds up around the 40-yard line.
When he got the pitch and turned the corner, it was one-on-one blocking out on the corner. Take a look at the replay. He only had one man to beat. Most of Skyline gets sealed inside the pitch. There's only one blue shirt out there. He gets a good block, and at this point, it's just a foot race. He's going down the sideline as fast as he can. He got a good block out in front on that play by Brett Daniel. It sprung him.
Safety Bronson Bills finally brought him down, a 24-yard gain. It's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Orem back to pass. This looks like a double pass, a trick pass that we've seen a couple of times today. The throw is overthrown, however, and Pete Shumway, number 6, the split end, threw that one, but he threw it a little long.
That's a little surprising. I talked with Paul Clark, the Orem coach. He said they were going to run the double pass probably on the 2nd series, but they break it out right here.
Let's look at the Skyline defense. Creed Pettit at 195 pounds, Gardner at 210, Facer at 270, Hola at 220, and his cousins are Maloney and Siohola, who played at the University of Utah, and Issei Matai at 205 pounds. And there's your linebackers as the quarterback throws over the middle, and he's got a man wide open, is Casey Nelson, and he gets it down inside the 35-yard line before Brandon Doman finally brings him down.
Well, the Orem coaches told us they expected to open up their attack. They thought they would have to go away maybe a little from the power running game, and in the first possession, already a double pass. Here's just a little short sprint out, turn in pattern, and once again, the pass is dangerous, but the yardage teams have been picking up after the catch today. That's 10 yards for Nelson after he catches the ball.
He has 20 catches on the year for 390 yards and 4 touchdowns, so that was no fluke. It's 1st and 10 at the 36 for Orem. Dusher keeps the ball and gets back to the 35-yard line for a gain of just a bit. Big power game inside. Both of these teams with outstanding linemen. And that's probably why both are trying to open it up and spread things out a little bit. Jeff Shelton, the defensive captain, the middle linebacker for Skyline.
When we talked with the Orem coaches about their prospects, they said they had 6, 7, maybe 8 guys who would end up playing college football, and about 5 or 6 of them were linemen.
Garrett Dusher, the quarterback, with Brett Daniel and Nathan Huntsman behind him in the I formation, 2 wide receivers. There's the delayed handoff to Huntsman. Huntsman tries the left side of the line, and he's brought down by the middle linebacker, Jeff Shelton.
I didn't know if I could see fans going any crazier than we saw this afternoon in Pleasant Grove and Judge, but both sides on their feet right now. Both offenses moving up and down the field on their opening possession. Orem running left. They had a lot of success running right, but running left, picking up a few more yards. They do have a pretty rough situation here, though. They've got 3rd down, about 6.5, 7 yards to go.
3rd and 7. Let's see what they've got in their bag. They've shown a little trickery so far. They send 2 wide receivers out to the right side. Shumway and Nelson both out to the wide side. You share the quarterback. He's looking downfield to pass. And it's been, whoa! Nelson stuck immediately by Brandon Doman, and he couldn't hang on to it, and that'll bring up a punting situation for Orem.
Well, you gotta love high school football. Where else can a kid go both ways? And the quarterback has got to take so many licks standing in the pocket. Look at the one he dishes out here. Sit down.
An incredible athlete. Doman leads this team in interceptions with 3. Here it is again.
Oh. Doman Bowman is a great athlete. Not only playing offense and defense, in a couple of days he's going to be playing basketball.
You think he'll be thinking about that the next time Nelson goes down for a pass?
Probably. We get a long field goal attempt here. They're going to line up. This is going to be a 50-yard field goal, and not off the left hash, but off the left side of the field. A little rough angle.
Kevin Inouye, an outstanding kicker. And that one's long enough that it goes wide to the left. So no score again with 5 minutes and 21 seconds to go in the first quarter. Orem and Skyline, two undefeated teams, and they haven't scored.
When it comes to the top 5 best-selling trucks, one company outnumbers the rest. Your Ford dealer, the Truck Authority. For 16 years straight, Ford F-150 has led the way as America's best-selling full-size truck. And now, F-150 has the lowest lease rate ever on a loaded 4x4. $289 a month for 24 months. Plus, F-150 offers even more for $94, like a driver's side airbag and rear anti-lock brakes standard. All for only $289 a month for 24 months. But only during Truck Month and only at your Ford dealer, the Truck Authority.
When I was a little kid, I never dreamed I'd make TV commercials. All I ever dreamed about was having what other kids already had, parents. I got lucky. I was adopted. Wendy's and KUTV support the Rocky Mountain Adoption Exchange. They help children find families right here in the Intermountain area. You can help, too. Every time you order a Biggie Fry or Biggie Drink during November, Wendy's will make a donation to the Rocky Mountain Adoption Exchange. So help a Wednesday's child today and change a child's life tomorrow.
I treat about, 35 patients a day. I work a lot of hours. I want to make the rest of my life easier. And get things done faster. Ever try to explain to a sick puppy you have to leave? Anything I can take care of by phone, I do. My job is hard. I want everything else simple. Am I making sense?
Second possession for Skyline. They start out at the 20-yard line after the missed field goal. No score in this 5A state championship. Brandon Doman out of the wishbone, gives to Nick Morgan up the middle, and he's stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Hit hard. Richard Robbins, the linebacker, was in there to plug up the gap.
We're going to see a lot of him tonight. He comes into the ball game averaging, or on the season, close to 1,300 yards rushing. He's averaging over 7 yards a carry, and he's running mostly between the tackles.
He's a big 200-pound fullback. He also plays on the defensive line on the other side of the ball, so he's a big one. Wishbone formation once again for Skyline with single wide receiver to the left. There's the pitch coming to the near side to Stevenson this time. Gets out at the 25-yard line before he's run out of bounds.
Stevenson did a lot of that on his own. The pitch came very early, and defensively, if you're Orem, you want to force the quarterback pitch as quickly as possible. They force the early pitch. Stevenson makes a couple guys miss and still turns it upfield for a gain.
You know, the wishbone creates a lot of problems for the defense because they've got to cover so many people, and especially with Dolman because he can drop back and pass. As we said in our pregame show, Orem has seen the wishbone 4 times this year, but have they seen it played as well as Skyline plays it?
That's a 6-yard gain, and Barrett Stratton, as you saw in the replay, got into Doman early, forced the early pitch, still 6 yards, so it's only 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3, wishbone formation. And the Orem defense mounts the charge. And Rod Zundel on the sideline.
Hey, Reese, you got to love the emotion of high school athletics. Our future leaders, folks. Look at this. Skyline student body president, Jess Dalton. How long did it take you to paint those?
Oh, about an hour. You know.
Are they real?
Yeah. Oh, wait, no.
Oh, wait, they're Skyline dentures, Reese.
Matt Alba back to do the punting. He boomed one earlier in this quarter. Gets off a beautiful high spiral that turns over, and again, a fair catch is called for back around the 33-yard line by Orem, and that's where the Orem Tigers will take over 1st and 10 with their second possession, and we'll have that when we come back. No score in the first quarter.
You know, we didn't have much money when I was growing up, so I know what it means to have something special under the Christmas tree. That's why we adopted a child named Braden from the Angel Tree. We have the best time shopping for gifts, and they'll all be given to our Angel's family. We'll never meet Braden, but I bet his face is going to light up Christmas morning.
The KUTV Salvation Army Angel Tree, sponsored by Arctic Circle, Utah Honda dealers, and KKAT. Find it at CCMIs and most Utah credit unions.
This week, buy a Mitsubishi Big Screen or Super Tube TV from R.C. Willey, and we'll include 2 season tickets to the upcoming BYU, Weber State, or University of Utah basketball season. No, we didn't raise our prices. We still guarantee they're Utah's lowest on quality Mitsubishi Big Screens and TVs. We've just added 2 more great reasons to make that Christmas big screen purchase now. With R.C. Willey's Big Screen Express, we'll deliver it the very next day. But you must hurry. This season ticket offer for Cougar, Wildcat, and Running Youth basketball is only offered at R.C. Willey and will end soon.
Everybody has their own formula for success. Mine's pretty basic. Start with something you love, then give 110% every second of every minute of every day, and never look back.
First Security Bank, currently giving 110%.
Orem's second possession, they started their own 32-yard line. They started at their own 8, got it down to the Skyline 33 before they missed a field goal. Garrett Ducher is the quarterback, fakes to the fullback and keeps off the left side, and a big gain before he's brought down by middle linebacker Jeff Shelton out around the 40-yard line.
That was just a great fake to the fullback. He put that all the way into his stomach, pulled it back out. Take a look at it a second time. I thought he handed the ball off, and most of the Skyline defense bit as well. He comes around the corner. Easy yardage right there, and it was all because of a great fake.
2nd and 2 at the 40, and boy, you gotta love that, a 2nd and 2 situation. Do just about anything. I formation with 2 wide receivers. Ducher dropping back, going to the far side. It's Casey Nelson. Nelson out across the 50-yard line. Now, Nelson was the one that took the shot from Doman before, came right back, maintained his concentration, got it, and got the first down out of midfield.
I tell you what, he may respect the hit he took, but Doman respects his speed. He had a big cushion there. It looked like he had about an 8-yard cushion on the far side. That short down and out for about 4 yards. That's going to be there for a while. They'll probably go back to that.
1st and 10, the ball at the Skyline 49-yard line. Orem's had no trouble penetrating Skyline territory so far. I formation with 2 wide receivers left and right. Again keeps. This time he's wrapped up as he tries to make the cut. In there to make the stop is Creed Pettit, 6'3", 185-pound senior defensive end. Now, Skyline's been going with a 4-man front most of the season, but figuring that option attack is going to be running right up the middle at them, they've gone with 5 defensive linemen with Facer as the nose guard. Here it is again.
If you come running the option, the defensive end needs to get upfield, and that's exactly what happens right there. Creed Pettit getting in there and making the hit. If he can get upfield and get any penetration, force the early pitch, get a hold of the quarterback, it's going to make it rough to run the option.
They come out in the offset I formation with the slot back to the near side. The fake, the give to Huntsman. Huntsman carries a tackler all the way down across the 45-yard line. Jeff Shelton in on the tackle along with number 90, Chris Olin.
Down and distance isn't working in their favor in this sequence right here, though. The quarterback picks up 2 yards on the first carry, and he gives it off to Huntsman. He only picks up 3, so you're looking at 3rd and 5. Skyline finally working the down and distance into the kind of situation they want. It's funny, we talked about both these defenses, but the offenses. Orem averaging 29 points a game, Skyline averaging 32 points a game. First quarter, both teams have been across midfield, and this is Orem's 2nd drive and their 2nd trip across midfield.
3rd and 5 from the 44 for Garrett Ducher and the Orem Golden Tigers. Back to throw. Casey Nelson again, and he'll get the first down and then some. He's chased out of bounds at the 35-yard line by Brandon Doman.
Orem's throwing the ball here, and they're getting a break because the wind, we had some wind this afternoon. The flag is still, although it's cold, and that can make it tough to throw the ball. Once again, nice cushion underneath. Nobody even close to him when he catches. They're playing off him. They're respecting his feet deep. There's going to be stuff underneath all night long at this rate.
That'll bring up 1st and 10 again, 34-yard line for Orem. They got down to the 33 installed before they missed a field goal on their first possession. We're in the final minute of the first quarter. Ducher gives to the fullback right up the middle. That's Brett Daniel. Daniel gets down close to the 30-yard line. Just smash mouth football there.
Well, that is one of the things they do best. We forget watching them throw the ball around the field that they had a lot of bad weather games this year. They had the 7-3 game with Brighton, and in that game, when the field's real bad, you got to be able just to line up and smash people. Watch the offensive line firing off. They can run between the tackles if they have to.
Matt Wagstaff, Israel Arsenjega, Corey Ramage, Jeremy Hill, and Steve Shaw opening the holes up front. Sherry gives to Huntsman this time. Huntsman comes to the near side, finds his hole, gets down across the 30, close to the 36-yard line before he's finally dragged down by Hola and Facer.
You're going to call Huntsman's number a lot tonight, Reese. He's run for more than 1,000 yards. He's scored 21 touchdowns for Orem. Remember, they've played 11 games. That's almost 2 every game.
Well, the first quarter ends with a scoreless tie here, Orem and Skyline, and we'll be right back with the second quarter right after this.
I like the sound of lobster tonight. Sounds good. Just give me 5 now. That sounds right. Sounds good.
Brazilian finger lobster, steamed to sweet perfection. 5 of them served with a juicy steak. Finger lobster and steak for just $8.99.
Sizzler. Sounds good. Sizzler. That sounds good.
Hi, I'm Merlin Olsen. And when my skin is dry or cracked or itching, I want a product that works and works fast. And I found one. Stevens Skin Softener Cream.
Stevens Skin Cream is fabulous. It's fantastic. Find another adjective, I'll use it.
We love Stevens Cream.
Because you're never going to know just how good your skin can look and feel until you try Stevens.
Now available at local pharmacies and stores.
0-0 as we start the second quarter. Rod Zundel on the sideline.
Hey, I've got a couple of competitors tomorrow, Brian Rowley and Tyler Anderson. Blue for BYU, red for the Utes. They both played for Orem High School. Brings back memories.
Yeah, you know, it just seems like just yesterday we were out here playing my senior year, so, you know, it's great to be here watching.
You didn't get the job done last time.
Yeah, we got the job done in 87.
Yeah, right, in 86.
86, yeah, we didn't get here at 86, and it was disappointing 86, but 87 some great goals.
All right, we'll come back just a minute.
Power formation, and Huntsman goes up the middle looking for first down yardage. Gets down across the 25-yard line, close enough to the first down that they'll stop the clock and check it out and spot the ball. I believe we have an injury on the field. And it was not good enough for the first down, the ball at the 25-yard line. But an Orem player is down on the field.
It's a lineman. It looked as he rolled over as if it was number 61, Matt Wagstaff, but we'll have to see when he gets up.
Let's go back down to Rod Zundel. Yeah, Tyler Anderson and Brian Rowley both on that 87 state championship team, and then went their separate ways.
Yeah, that's right. North and south. Brian was on the 88 team that didn't get the job done. You guys are civil on the same side here?
Yeah, we both got our little Orem High hats on, but, you know, tomorrow we'll go play, and then, you know, we'll still be friends on the field during the game, and then after we'll just talk, and we'll be just fine, you know. It's just a game, you know, you can't have friendships.
Oh, come on, it's just a game?
Well, it's not just a game, but, you know, you can't let a friendship get ruined over it, you know.
Prediction?
Oh, of course, BYU by 7.
Okay, we'll get back for Brian's prediction after this play.
4th and 1 at the ball at the 25 for Orem, and we'll see how tough it is to lose your starting center. Huntsman cracks through the center of the line, gets down to the 20 to 15-yard line.
Well, you can see why he scored 21 touchdowns. He almost picked up the first down on 3rd down with a great second effort. On 4th down, they only need 1, and he gets a whole lot more.
Here it is again from ground level, and you can see the hole opening up for him, and then Huntsman just powers his way for extra yardage.
The first 3 yards were on his own. It looked like the last 4 or 5, or the first 3 yards were on the offensive line. The last 4 or 5 he got on his own.
1st and 10 with the ball at the 17 for the Orem Golden Tigers. The pitch back to Huntsman, and it's a foot race to the near side before he goes out of bounds inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, but that's about 6, depending on where they spot it. That's 6 or 7 yards on first down. It looked like he just flat out ran everybody to the corner. That could have easily been a loss.
This Utah High School football championship game is brought to you in part by Morris Air, where you can fly to the West Coast from just $49 each way. Thanks, Morris. Ball at the 10-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 3 for Orem. No score so far. We're just seconds into the second quarter of this game. Garrett Ducher lines up behind his center, and it looks like it's Wagstaff is back in there at center. Power formation. Ducher fumbles the ball in the backfield. Skyline should get it, and they do. Big number 72, Creed Pettit, who leads the team in sacks with 7, picks up the fumble recovery.
Well, a week ago in the semifinals, Orem used turnovers to beat Highland. They got 3 takeaways. One they picked up and ran for a touchdown. One set up a short 16-yard touchdown drive. And Orem didn't have a single turnover. It was crucial in a 21-14 win. Here today, Orem commits the first turnover. Last week, Skyline actually had problems. They turned the ball over 3 times.
So Skyline will take over its 3rd possession of the first half from its own 22-yard line.
Skyline fans letting the
raining balloons here.
Yeah, balloons everywhere.
Right at the middle to Nick Morgan, the fullback. He gets across the line of scrimmage and not much more. Here's the fumble again. And this just looks like what? Just a bad pitch. He saw Hola coming and said, get it out of here.
He tried to pitch and he got hit just as he let it go. It's what we've talked about a couple times. The best way to disrupt the wishbone is to get one of your front 4 into the backfield in a hurry and force the quarterback to pitch early. If you hit him as he's pitching, ball ends up on the ground and you stop the drive.
2nd and 8, the ball at the 24 for the Skyline wishbone. The fake to Morgan up the middle. The quarterback, Doman, will keep it across the 30 to the 35, gets the first down, out to the 37-yard line before he's finally stopped.
No question in his mind what he was going to do on that play. He faked the fullback dive, and as soon as the fullback goes by him, watch how quickly he tucks the ball away. Usually he holds it in front of him while he decides whether or not to pitch. He's barely outside of the tackle. He's already tucked it away. He knows he's turning upfield. He sees the hole, and he covers that and puts the ball away at the last second there. Look at him spin around and finish that off, falling forward for a couple more yards.
Here you've got a quarterback that's rushed for almost 1,000 yards, 957 yards coming into tonight's game for Brandon Doman. Single setback as they break the bone. And they give to Morgan up the middle across the 40 to the 45 to the 47-yard line. And powerful Nick Morgan, the 210-pound senior, just bowls his way right up the middle for a big game.
He had a nice hole. You got to credit the offensive line on that. And if there's one guy who can hurt you worse than Doman, it's Morgan. Doman's getting close to the 1,000-yard mark. Morgan has gone over 1,300 yards in this game here tonight. The thing about Skyline, and there are very few teams in the state that can do this, although we saw Orem do it. Usually in high school football, there's a turnover, there's a big play. Skyline can put together drives. They had 12-play and 13-play touchdown drives last week.
Skyline breaks the bone. Stevenson in motion at the near side. Doman drops back, looks straight over the middle, and it's almost picked off in a great defensive effort there, and he should have got it.
Well, Doman didn't see him there. The receiver was on the sideline on the far right side. If you take a look at it again, the receiver's on the right side running left towards the near sideline. The linebacker's coming from the other direction.
And Jeff Jackman gets his hand on it and knocks it down.
You know, on a warm night, maybe he makes a great one-handed catch. But on a cold night, your fingers are stiff. The ball just feels like a big brick coming towards you, and it's hard to grab.
Wishbone offense, Greg Peterson is split wide to the left. Brandon Doman takes the snap, fakes the give up the middle, and gives the pitch to Hodson, who comes to the near side, and he's stopped for no gain. Ryan Hodson, a 5'8", 165-pound senior, his first carry of the night. He has 236 yards running out of the halfback spot. Skyline really has 3 halfbacks. They rotate in the wishbone formation behind Doman and Morgan. Ryan Barker, Ryan Hodson, and T.J. Stevenson will alternate in there. Hodson coming out now for the Eagles.
Isn't it great when you have 3 athletes who are good enough to do that? Some teams could rotate 2 guys, but to be able to rotate 3.
Big third down play at the 47, 3rd and 10. Doman to throw. And he's being chased way out of the pocket. Throws it way downfield. Stevenson comes back, and it's knocked down. Almost intercepted again by Orem.
But on 3rd and 10, that's not a bad risk for a quarterback to take. He's throwing the ball 40 yards downfield. It's almost as effective as a punt.
Sean Peterson, the 6', 185-pound junior cornerback, in on the stop there, and that'll force another punt for Skyline. It'll be the 3rd punt of the game for Matt Alba, to average 38 yards per kick in his first 2 kicks. Alba also a place kicker, but he'll only kick the very long kicks in this game. Troy Thompson will kick the extra points and short field goals.
Most of the Skyline players have shaved their heads for this game. It's a tradition. He didn't shave his. He dyed it the color of your average yellow notebook paper.
And his 3 earrings are nice, too. Not as much distance, a lot of height on this one. Fair catch called for and taken at about the 31-yard line. And there's a pause in the action with 8 minutes and 36 seconds to go until halftime. It's Orem nothing, Skyline nothing.
A1 Carpet, now at 255 West, 2255 South, just north of R.C. Willey, is having a grand opening sale on all floor covering. A1 features major brand carpeting, Sutton, Aladdin, Stainmaster, Columbus, and more. A1 also features Domco inlaid vinyl flooring and Congolium floor coverings. But the best news for you is that A1 will beat any competitor's advertised price by 5% or it's free. Financing is available to qualified buyers with no down payment and no interest for 90 days. A1 Carpet, 255 West, 2255 South, just north of R.C. Willey. That's A1 Carpet.
I've never been that much on Christmas shopping, but this year's different. I've got an angel to buy for. Now, she's a tiny little thing. Says she wears a size 5. I've never bought clothes for a little girl before, but I'm gonna learn how. I want to make sure that Jessica, my adopted angel, has the best Christmas ever.
The KUTV Salvation Army Angel Tree, sponsored by Arctic Circle, Utah Honda Dealers, and KKAT. Find it at CCMIs at most Utah credit unions.
Additives. Everybody knows less is better, right? But experts now say one additive is actually good. Good for your car, that is. Introducing DuPont XVP 2000, the additive now found in all grades of Conoco unleaded. XVP keeps your fuel system so clean, our gasolines are 100% guaranteed against fuel-related engine problems. So what's good about additives? XVP. It's new, it's guaranteed, and it's from Conoco, the hottest brand going.
Orem High School's third possession of the first half. They missed a field goal and fumbled to end their other two drives, but they have been moving the ball. Garrett Ducher, the quarterback, number 19 for the Golden Tigers. He drops back and look to the near side, and he finds his favorite receiver, Casey Nelson, who gets away from Doman, and he'll make a big gainer down across midfield, down to the 40-yard line before Bronson Bills can run him out of bounds.
Well, the Orem coaches said they were going to open it up. They were going to freewheel it a little bit, and they came out with a trick play, the double pass, but they have been throwing the ball a lot today. In this case, it's a pretty safe pass. It's a little quick out. He's had a big cushion all night, and when Doman misses the tackle, hey, these are free yards now.
You know, Doman nailed him good early in the first quarter. A little payback time for Nelson as he makes a great move to get it down to the 42-yard line at Skyline.
23 yards after the missed tackle.
First and 10 at the 42. Give up the middle to the fullback, Daniel. Daniel across the 40 down to the 38-yard line. Daniel, a power runner, too. 808 yards on the year, 6.1 yards per carry. Well, it's time to roll out the basketballs. Channel 2 begins live coverage of the Runnin' Utes December 4th as the University of Utah takes on Weber State. That's Saturday, December 4th at 7:30 p.m. Catch the Runnin' Utes all season long on KUTV2, Utah's sports team. Second and 7, the ball at the 39 for Orem High School. Skyline lines up with 5 down linemen. And to beat that, you just throw it long over it when you have one-on-one coverage, but he threw it too long, intended for Nelson. And
T.J. Stevenson was out there. He was the closest guy to the ball. He was looking over his shoulder the whole way, slowed him down a step, or he might have had an interception.
Third down and 7.
You can check the pattern here. They run a little crossing pattern. Ooh, that's almost a pick play.
Ooh, yeah.
Those are supposed to be illegal, but hey. And the ball just a little overthrown.
I think it was loose enough that it wasn't a pick.
No, it wasn't. But you could see how they could tighten that up at a 10th point in the game. It's right there, ready to be done.
That's right.
Third and 8 here.
I formation with 2 wide receivers on third and 8. Again, Ducher back to pass. He's got Casey Nelson, and Nelson took his eye off the ball momentarily, and that'll bring up a punting situation for Orem. And let's go down to the sideline and Rod.
Hey, Reese, you know, they had a ton of balloons, the Skyline fans did, and they became impatient because their team hasn't scored. There's still a few balloons left to be put up in the air. Hopefully for the Skyline fans, it's this half.
You know, all the balloons went up earlier. I thought I'd missed something. But I checked the scoreboard, still no score. Inouye is back to punt for Orem from his own 50-yard line. He just wants to bloop this one down there and make Stevenson do something with it. Stevenson will watch it go into the end zone, and Skyline will take over at their own 20-yard line, and we'll be right back with 7 minutes and 32 seconds to go until intermission. There's still no score.
Dear Midas, my car was making a terrible squeaking noise. Your competitor said...
You need new brakes.
At Midas, I got a thorough inspection and was told...
You don't need new brakes. The squeaking noise is caused by brake dust.
Such honesty is refreshing in a time of auto repair rip-offs. Yours truly, Frank J. Ruder.
Dear Midas customers, whether it's 4x4s, pickups, or campers, we guarantee all our work.
Palm Springs, Fresno, Eugene. Thanks, Morris. Phoenix, Tucson. Morris Air, bringing low fares to Utah. Thanks, Morris.
Pedersen Ski and Sports is having a layaway ski package sale. Pedersen's has everything you need to ski at one low price, like this adult ski package with Rossignol skis, Dolomite ski boots, marker bindings, and Scott poles. Total value $630. Pedersen's package price is only $319. That's just $319 for this complete ski package. And right now at Pedersen's, you can put your ski package on layaway for Christmas with only 20% down. Don't miss the layaway ski package sale going on right now at Pedersen Ski and Sports, with 6 locations along the Wasatch Front.
1st and 10 for Skyline at its own 20-yard line. Skyline going with his backup center, Steve Corey, as T.J. Alice was hurt in last week's game. Give us up the middle to Nick Morgan. Breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, carries a man out to the 28-yard line for a big pickup.
Well, you've talked about down and distance already, Reese. This is another case of it. When you're able to run between the tackles, pick up 9 yards on first down, it's 2nd and 1. You got a free play. With all the weapons they got, they can do anything.
Right now, they're rotating halfbacks again. Stevenson back in, and Barker comes out. Matt Alba going wide at the top of your screen. Quarterback is Brandon Doman. 2nd and 1. Doman fakes, and he'll be thrown for a big loss. And a great read by the defense of Orem. Number 36, Jerron Ray. 185-pound senior in to make the
Ray
stop.
comes through from the top of your screen. There were 2 guys there, and the back can only pick up one of them. Ray comes through untouched. Boy, 2nd and 1 turns into 3rd and 6. The Orem defense coming up with a big play. Now, they're playing well right now. Skyline has not scored. 6:27 to go in the half. Skyline's been shut out in the first half only once all year. That was by Wes Jordan in the interregion playoff game.
Ray had 6 sacks on the season and 7 hurries. So he's got the credentials for that play. 3rd and 6. There's that little shovel pass they opened the game with to Stevenson, and he gets out into the 30-yard line and close to the first down.
I think he's probably got it. It's going to depend on the spot, and they are going to spot it just across the 30. That's a first down. They had to go right to the 30 because it was a touchback from the 20. Here comes a shovel pass. You let those defensive ends rush upfield, take themselves out of the play. The tackles, too. And after that, with the linebackers dropping off, read and pass, there's a lot of open ground for Stevenson.
If you're really old, you call that the Utah pass, because Lee Grosscup invented that back in the 50s.
Cactus Jack Curtis, who later coached at my alma mater, UC Santa Barbara. Huh?
1st and 10 at the 31 for Skyline. They break the bone and send 2 wide receivers, wide left and right. And the give is up the middle to Nick Morgan, and he's stacked up for a bit of a loss even.
Well, they sent him up the middle on 1st and 10 last time, and he picked up 9 yards. This time, Orem was waiting for him, and Richard Robbins with a hit right at the line of scrimmage. Morgan might have picked up a half a yard, but that's it.
This high school football championship game is brought to you in part by First Security Bank, currently giving 110%. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Ball still at the 31-yard line. And once again, they come out in the run and shoot, the old double wing offense with a single setback. And Doman will drop straight back to pass, flushed out of the pocket. He's going to run, and we've got a hold or a clip in the backfield on Skyline. Doman gets out about the 35-yard line, but that one broke down quickly.
Well, when you've got a passing play going and the referee, who's about 5 yards behind the quarterback, throws the flag, the offense is moving backwards, no question. So 2nd and 9 is going to become 2nd and 19. Skyline has been bottled up in their own end of the field. It's been a real game of field position. Orem has not given them anything cheap. I think they've started at their 20 twice and once at their 27.
Yeah, and Skyline's had to punt from its own 47, had to punt from its own 20, or 27. So they haven't been able to get out of the hole so far in this first half. Well, it's the Big 5 basketball blowout. Join Utah's sports team all next week as we canvass the state to show you each of college prospects for the new basketball season. We'll begin with Utah State Monday, followed by Weber State Tuesday, the U of U on Wednesday, BYU Thursday, and wrap up the week with Southern Utah on Friday. That's all next week on KUTV2 News at 6. Well, they've gone back to the conventional wishbone for 2nd and 25, and they go right up the middle to their big fullback, and he doesn't get along.
Well, the Orem coaches were talking before the game, and they were proved wrong, and so are we on the first series, because Skyline did open things up, but they were expecting Skyline to do pretty much what they usually do. They've been so successful with it, but we'll get a real read. How much do the Skyline coaches want to gamble? You're backed up in your own end. It's 3rd and 21, 22 yards to go at your own 19-yard line, and you can throw for it. They've got big play people. Skyline could make a 22-yard play here, but you risk the turnover. Do you really want to give Orem anything this deep? We'll see how conservative they play this 3rd and 22.
Well, once again, they go with 4 wide receivers and a single setback. Man in motion coming near side of Stevenson. Turns and comes back. Doman gives up the middle on the draw to Morgan across the 20 out to the 23-yard line. And they were rather conservative on that one, hoping Morgan could make something happen. But he couldn't get past Rich Robbins again, the defensive linebacker for Orem.
They're trying to show pass here and then hand off on a little delay. The thing about Morgan is he's so big, if he does get into the secondary, really hard to tackle him one-on-one. You have to get him down low. They stop him for a 5 or 6 yard gain before he can really get going. And on 3rd and 22, you'll give that up every time.
Matt Alba back to punt for a 4th time today, standing at his own 9-yard line. And that was almost blocked, and a flag is down. Fair catch call for it, the 45. But we've got a penalty.
I thought they were going to get the block. 4 guys came through. There was nothing the personal protector could do.
The ball?
I don't know. Alba got it off, and he's flexing his leg.
Yeah,
you are so exposed as a former punter, let me tell you. You are so exposed. Somehow he gets it off underneath the guy's arm, and then he gets just drilled. He was flexing that left leg. I expect in a game like this, he'll be back.
Jeff Jackman right there. Jackman obviously thought he could get part of the ball, and how Alba was able to get that one around him, heaven only knows, but it's a penalty, and it'll put the Skyline offense back out onto the field. Roughing the kicker, automatic first down, takes it to the 39-yard line. Here it is again.
Here it is again. He's going to punt it under a defender's arm. And he gets hit, and it's really important that he got the ball away, because if you get a piece of the ball, then you can run over the kicker. Right. So he punts it under a guy's arm. It turns into roughing the kicker, and this is Skyline essentially kind of a new drive for them. 1st and 10, the offense gets new life, and this would be their best field position, the 39.
Ball at the 39, wishbone formation, wide receiver far to the right. Give us up the middle to Morgan. Morgan across the 40-yard line before he's stacked up. In there leading the tacklers, Barrett Stratton, the 210-pound senior.
Well, Paul Clark said in his time at Orem, this is the best defensive line he's had, and we're seeing that as they attack Morgan here.
Rod Zundel on the sidelines.
Yeah, Reese, Matt Alba came off. They worked on his knee. Just bruised a bone on the kneecap. He should be okay. He's running it off.
On a cold night like this. Oh, that hurts way up here.
And take our word for it, it's real cold. We'll forget that pregame show.
2 wide receivers. The pitch comes back, and we've got a halfback pass. Downfield, Bills is a backup quarterback, and it's almost intercepted. Pass was intended for Greg Peterson, the flanker, but it was underthrown.
Peterson did a great job of hustling downfield and breaking that ball, breaking that pass out and getting to the ball and knocking it to the turf.
Jason Fitt, the defender on that one, 5'10", 163-pound senior. The boy who threw that pass was the backup quarterback, Bronson Bills, a 5'11" senior. His dad coaches at Skyline, at Kearns, excuse me, and he had to play against his dad last week, and that was kind of an emotional time for Bronson Bills. Okay, they come out of the run and shoot again. 2 running backs off of the ends, and they'll stay back in the block, and Bowman will throw this one to the far side to Stevenson. Overthrown again, almost picked off, but the far side by Jason Fitt.
Skyline with a lot of respect for Orem's pass rush. They only sent 2 guys out into that pattern that time. Peterson and Alba were the only 2 receivers, and there were 6 defensive backs for Orem.
4th down and 6, so after the penalty, they get 3 yards is all on the first carry, and then 2 incomplete passes. And Alba will be in again, this time for his 3rd punt of the day. 4th punt for Alba.
5th if you count the one, because he had 1 wiped out by a penalty.
5th,
yeah,
exactly. Sean Peterson back to field this one, and he'll just let it bounce toward the sidelines where it's touched.
They're not going to get all of this roll. The ball was touched, and I saw the official throw a marker back up there.
Yeah, the official dropped his marker at the 23-yard line, and that's apparently where we'll start the drive. We'll find out when we come back with 2 minutes and 11 seconds to go. It's still scoreless.
You know, this new Mercury Sable's been designed with a great number of standard features. It was also designed with this great number.
Now lease Mercury Sable GS for just $279 a month for 24 months. Sable offers features like power driver's seat, speed control, power windows and locks, dual airbag protection, and available anti-lock brakes. All just $279 a month.
Looks to me like the numbers are definitely in your favor. Mercury Sable. See your Lincoln Mercury dealer now for the best numbers around.
呢度有個叉骨湯有個嘢好好食嘅，但係點解佢唔就咁叫蛋卷呢？
De cat burrito bij Taco Time is gewoon een soort lumpia.
Son imposibles de describir y nunca he probado nada igual.
Crunchy, fresh, and filled with chicken meat or refried beans. No wonder they're world famous. They're from Taco Time.
We make it fresh every day. Taco Time.
One of the first things that people notice when they meet us is our skin. And you'll never know just how good your skin can look and feel until you try Stevens.
Stevens Skin Cream is fabulous. It's fantastic. Find another adjective, I'll use it.
Stevens is great for my hands and my face. We love Stevens Cream.
Because you're never going to know just how good your skin can look and feel until you try Stevens.
Now available at local pharmacies and stores.
2 minutes and 11 seconds to go until halftime. Orem will start from its own 23-yard line, 1st and 10. Single running back behind Garrett Dusher. Man in motion, Dusher will throw out to the far side. Pass completed over on the far side to Justin Anderson. His first reception of the night.
You could almost see the Skyline defense hesitate. They saw that pass out into the flat. They remember the double pass. Usually you throw those short passes to set up the double pass. Here the double pass has set up those short passes for the rest of the night. As soon as they saw that pass going out in the flat, I was looking
downfield to see who's not.
I wanted to see if somebody was coming from the backside of the field. Because Casey Nelson has been lined up to the right and would have been perfect on a post pattern there.
3 wide receivers and the give right up the middle to the fullback, Brett Daniels. Daniel gets out close to the 35-yard line. Close enough for a first down. Looks good from here.
Yep, they're waving the chains up the sideline now.
All right, first down.
One of the rule changes in there. Oh, man, put on some clothes. Now, we just did a half-hour pregame show from the top of the press box, and it is cold. Those guys are nuts. But they figured, hey, we'll get airtime.
Wouldn't it be nice to be 16 and immortal again, huh? 1st and 10 at the 34 for Orem. No score in this 5A state championship game. A little swing pass out there to Huntsman, and he's hit behind the line of scrimmage for a big loss. In there to make the stop is the Sam linebacker, Jeremy Satterfield, 6'2", 185-pound senior.
Nice read by him. Watch how quickly, as they throw the little swing pass out in the flat, he gets in the backfield. I mean, he make the catch one step, boom, and he's right there. Really no room there for Huntsman to put any moves on him.
And just in case Creed Pettit at 6'3", 185 comes in to finish him off. Timeout on the field now as the Orem coaching staff wants to talk things over with 1:29 to go until halftime. They'd like to be able to complete this drive and get some points on the board before halftime.
Hard to believe these two offenses are stuck in a scoreless game, combining to average about 61 points a game, and they haven't done anything yet. Oh, and there's Chad on the left and Harry on the right, and they have to be cold.
They were cold after the first game. I think they're just running on numb right now.
Oh, and there's our dancing fool in the end zone. If Todd had some music, he'd be going crazy right now.
Orem on the season, the second quarter has been its most productive. They've scored 114 points in the second quarter, 75 in the first quarter, and they haven't scored anything. And there's Rick Brown trying to stay warm.
He's got the hood on.
Is he down there by the heaters? Is that one?
No, he wouldn't want to be there. Rod's dragged him over there. That's how that works.
He and Rod are huddled around the heaters down there. You're going to have to steal one of those heaters, get it up here in the press box. 2nd and 11 with the ball at the 33-yard line.
Oh, nice call by Orem. They sent their only back in motion, and then they run a quarterback draw. Once you see that last back go out, you figure, hey, it's got to be a pass.
Got to be a pass.
It's not, it's a draw.
And Skyline played it very well. Down to Rod Zundel on the field.
Hey, Reese, the water jugs, usually you get... tonight it's cold, right next to the heaters. That's where they go. I remember 10 years ago when we played in the cold, we had chicken noodle soup. No soup here tonight, Reese.
All right, Rod. It's 3rd and 7, the ball at the 37.
And it was more than 10 years ago.
I think so. Two wide receivers, and Ducher will roll out. He's hit just as he releases it, but he found his man. Ben Alphen, and that's the first time we've called Alphen's name all night. Alphen with 11 catches on the year for 120 yards and 2 touchdowns. Big 6'3", 215-pound tight end that's good for a first down.
Ducher gets popped from the blind side. He's rolling left. He's looking downfield. Here comes Creed Pettit. Oh, sandwiched. That had to hurt. Pettit actually gets up holding his right arm. It looks like he's staying in the game, but he's the one who was hurt on that play.
And once again, Orem stops the clock with 42 seconds to go. They've moved it again across midfield down into Skyline territory at the 48-yard line.
The board is showing 2 timeouts for them. That's not correct, is it?
Well, they've just called 2, so it's got to be down to at least 1 because this is their second in this drive. So Orem has shown us a lot more offensively, a lot more variety than what we had really expected. But you figure against a great defense like Skyline, they got to pull out the stops tonight.
And they haven't had to show a lot. Remember, they've only trailed in 1 game this year. They haven't had to bring the whole playbook out.
Do the holidays stress you out? Sunday night, Phil Reason examines how depression stalks adults, especially during the holidays. It's a Check Your Health Report Sunday on KUTV2 News at 10.
There's some fans who know what the weather is like.
That's right.
I want to go back and check with those Skyline kids in the 4th quarter and see if they're still doing that.
If Skyline's ahead, I'll guarantee you they will be.
Oh, no question.
3 wide receivers to the right, 42 seconds to go. Man in motion going to the far side. Ducher throws it quickly over the middle of Alphen, and he makes a great diving catch down close to first down yardage, but not close enough, and that'll keep the clock going at 32 seconds.
Alphen with a nice grab there. That ball was thrown behind him, and he got hit from behind just as he grabbed the ball. Good grab.
2nd down and about 2. Back Ducher looking sideline this time, and pass is complete, and immediately going out of bounds at the far side is Pete Shumway, the split end.
Now we are getting into Orem field goal range right here. They tried a 46-yard field goal last week. Would have been good from 60 if it had been straight. So they can afford to throw the short passes, work the sideline. They know they don't need a lot more yardage. Obviously, they're looking right now, if they had to kick a field goal, it'd be a 51, 52-yarder, which is longer than you want, but you know he's got the leg to hit from 60, and as long as this year is around 44 yards. But it's a question of accuracy. It is not a question of distance with him.
Back to a straight I formation now for Orem and Garrett Ducher, but he'll drop back to pass. goes to the near side, and there's Nelson again, and he's hit immediately.
That ball was thrown behind him, and Doman wants an incompletion or an interception. Nelson, once again, with a big cushion, they're able to run the down and out because Doman's playing way off him, but the ball was thrown to his inside shoulder in bounds. If that ball led him properly, he would have been able to get out of bounds, stop the clock. Right now, they have the clock stopped with 8 seconds left, only because they're moving the first down chains. It's going to start here pretty quick.
Well, Skyline's coaches are out on the field, and timeout has been called, and Orem has used, I believe, well, I know it's its final timeout because they've called 3 in this drive to set up the field goal. Kevin Inouye will set up the kicking tee right at the 30-yard line, so it's a 40-yard kick. Inouye on the year for field goals is 6 of 11. His longest is 44 yards. He's almost flawless from extra points. He's got 34 out of 35, but the 35th one, the one that was missed, was blocked. Not really his fault. So an excellent kicker for the Orem Golden Tigers. And boy, with 8 seconds to go, could be the first points of the game.
The 46-yard field goal he tried last week hit right where our banners are in the end zone, right where the KUTV banner is. That's about 20 feet in the air, and it's another 10 or 15 yards behind the goalpost. By the way Orem's going, they'd call a fake right here.
Randy Lamoureux, the backup quarterback, will hold.
Skyline wanted timeout, and it looks like they got it. And that doesn't leave all the Skyline players real happy. Jeremy Satterfield thinks he was going to come through unblocked off the far corner, but Brandon Doman was calling timeout in the backfield on the other side of the play. He couldn't possibly have seen how Satterfield was aligned.
Skyline trying to get the Orem kicker to think about this one a little bit.
Well, you know, it's interesting the way they did it. They always, try to ice the other kicker, which isn't that difficult on a night like tonight. And they want him to think about it, but they waited until he came up, he sets, so the kicker thinks, okay, this is it, there's not going to be a timeout. And then right before the snap count, Doman's guessing, trying to disrupt the play, and he called it at the last possible second.
Kind of like the warden calling a reprieve just as the switch is about to drop. Then you got to go back and get yourself all emotionally psyched up again. But kickers are strange people anyway. Kickers kind of live in a world of their own.
You're talking to somebody who used to be one,
exactly.
So watch where you tread.
Yeah. My point
exactly. Thank you very much. Hey, I'll tell you what. They're not going to say one nasty word about kickers in Pleasant Grove for at least a year.
No, they won't.
There will be no kicker jokes in Pleasant Grove.
Mark Jensen, the junior field goal kicker, drilled one with, 10 seconds left to go in the game to lift Pleasant Grove to its first state football championship since 1956 today, and one of the best state championship games we've seen ever.
That was a great football game.
Randy Lamoureux counting his blockers now.
Skyline did it again.
Skyline calls it again, just as everybody's set and ready to go. Why not? There's no use saving these timeouts. Right. They don't do you any good tomorrow.
Well, and there's another reason. They know you have a fascinating story to entertain us with, Reese.
Is that right?
Yeah, Doman yesterday, after you were done interviewing, came over and said we're going to use all our timeouts right at the end of the half because I know Reese has a bunch of fantastic anecdotes.
Gee, thanks a lot. Let's go down to Rod. Maybe he's got some fantastic anecdotes.
Hey, my feet are cold. I can just imagine what the kicker is. He was warming up here for about 15 minutes. He was warm until they called those last couple of timeouts. I bet he's cold as heck right now.
Yeah, but you can imagine the adrenaline's probably pumping pretty good right now. He has no idea what the temperature is down there. All he knows is that he's got to put his foot in the ball.
Well, as long as we have time for totally irrelevant anecdotes. Remember earlier this year, Skyline went down to Arizona and played Sabino High School from Tucson. I was just talking to one of the sportscasters in Tucson last night, asking him how Sabino had done. They started 0-2, including lost to Skyline in the opener. They've won 8 in a row, and they're going to the state playoffs.
And they got higher seeding in the state playoffs because one of the teams they lost to was undefeated, Skyline. So that loss to Skyline actually helped them.
Yeah.
Well, the scoreboard shows Skyline still has a timeout left. We might be able to do this again. That one's good.
That is good.
That one is good.
Satterfield just barely missed it coming from the far side. He just almost got there, but that's a 40-yard field goal. It's good, and finally somebody is on the scoreboard. 2 seconds left in the half.
Well, it's a game we kind of expected, even though both teams had put a lot of points on the board coming into this game with two big lines, two great defenses. We expected a standoff, and that's what we've got so far with 2 seconds to go. Orem has taken the lead.
Well, with 2 seconds left, it'll be interesting to see if Skyline has any trick plays. One of the favorite ones you see run every once in a while, although I haven't seen it run in the NFL for about 7 or 8 years. If the kickoff comes to one side, you can throw that pass all the way across the field. Just make sure it's a lateral, see if you can break something. And also we can see the old Cal Stanford just turn it into rugby play and lateral it all over the place. With 2 seconds left, this is it. As soon as one of these guys touches it, the clock will start going.
We've talked about it before, but the goalposts in college are narrower than they are in high school, so they've had to adjust the last couple of weeks. The Orem kickers have been sneaking down the street, jumping over the fence and kicking at BYU on the narrower goalposts. And on this one, anyway, it paid off for Kevin Inouye.
Well, if you go down to the BYU goalposts on their practice field, they actually have a net right behind the post, about a foot behind, or actually stretched off the post, and then they have lines on that net, so they have a very narrow target they can kick at.
Kevin Inouye will kick off. Stevenson back is the deepest receiver, but this one will come short.
It's Satterfield.
And Satterfield picks it up, and he'll get some yards out of this one, but there's no time left on the clock as he goes out of bounds. And we're at halftime here at the 5A State Championship, and let's go down on the field to Rod Sundell.
All right, guys, we're here with Coach Paul Clark. Some opportunities early on, but the missed field goal. You finally got 3 there at the end.
Well, yeah, we did have some opportunities. We need to, in the second half, we've got to come up and get some points on it.
What are you going to tell your kids at halftime?
Just keep like you're playing. Play hard. It's a good football game. Keep playing hard. We'll be okay.
How's the weather? It's awfully cold.
Not even a problem.
Okay, good luck to you, Coach.
It's not cold, I'll guarantee you, if you're playing this game tonight.
Coaches have a high threshold for other people's pain.
Exactly. All right. Well, we're at halftime of the Class 5A State Championship. The Orem Golden Tigers have taken the lead 3-0. We'll be right back.
You asked for it, it's back.
Super Saturday at Granite Furniture.
And we're going to save you money. The kids will love this beanbag chair and ottoman, just $99. Get a boomerang chair for just $39.95, and we'll throw in a free TV stool or a designer pillow.
Buy your dining set this weekend and we'll deliver it free for Thanksgiving.
These authentic hand-carved Oriental rugs are just $99 and $199.
Pick up a 10-pound tub of ice melt for just 89 cents.
But hurry, Super Saturday at Granite Furniture and Saturday at 7.
Country 104.3 KSOP.
The world can stop my broken heart. Here's a quarter called Someone Who Cares. She's in love for
The thunder rolls. Get the most country music allowed by law. Country 104.3 KSOP. Utah's best country.
You know, I love it when my wife's out of town. You see, we both work and share the job of bringing up the kids. But when she's gone, I'm not only a father, I'm a mom. Now I've got twice as much to do. I've got to make the best use of my time. At least I've got help from US West, like voice messaging.
Message 1.
And when I'm on the road, I use my cellular phone.
Ryan threw my shoe out the window.
Yeah, I hear you're having a half-off shoe sale. Can I buy a half a pair? And I don't want to miss important calls, so I have a US West additional line. Hello? Hi, son. A concert Saturday? Yeah, Cajun stir-fried meatballs. That sounds like what I'm making for dinner. Let's eat. No thanks. I'm calling for pizza. US West really helps me make better use of my time. Now I can relax and watch the game. Hello?
Hi, honey. How's everything going?
You don't want to know.
What?
It's the fourth quarter and my team's getting blown away.
US West, making the most of your time.
You're watching Utah's news team, KUTV 2 News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Terry Wood. We're going to take a little break in halftime of the football game to bring you up to date on news and weather. And it is youth violence that is back in the news again today. The Sheriff's Department says a 16-year-old boy in a car fired a gun at a group of students this morning at Cottonwood High. 10 minutes later, they say another shot was fired down the street from the same car at another vehicle. No one was hurt in either incident, and then this afternoon, detectives found the home of the boy who was allegedly driving the suspect car. They didn't know who was inside or if they were armed, so they surrounded the house and called out the SWAT team. Then the suspect arrived home with his mother and was taken into custody. Investigators are still trying to find the alleged shooter. They say they think the incident stemmed from a rivalry between the boy who fired the shots and another boy. Now, you may remember 2.5 weeks ago, 17-year-old Monica Vigil was gunned down in Murray in the home of her great-grandmother. Police still have no strong suspects in that case, but now her family is trying to keep their hope alive that the murderer will be found. KUTV's Kristen Allred reports.
This is devastating. You go crazy thinking, trying to be a detective.
For Monica's mother, it's the waiting that's hard.
The longer it goes, I feel like the leads we're going to come up to a dead end. And that's going to be a very hard day. They've got to find out who did this, because it's just haunting us.
Someone fired numerous shots through this open window November 2nd, killing 17-year-old Monica Vigil. Just a month before, Vigil had witnessed the murder of her uncle, 17-year-old Aaron Chapman. A week ago, police said they had several leads, including a former boyfriend. But now they say they still have no strong suspects, and they won't say much more than that.
Somehow I feel like sometimes it's still gang-related because of the day that it happened. You know, Aaron and Monica were both buried. Their viewings were the 5th. They were buried on the 6th. They were almost killed on the same day. You know, and then I keep hearing about, you know, other people that were mean to her, and I just haven't narrowed it down yet.
In the meantime, Monica's family is dealing with their grief by decorating her grave, which is next to her uncle's. They say that helps them keep their fond memories alive. Kristen Allred, KUTV 2 News.
And Murray police are still asking for any clues you may have about the murderer, and they haven't ruled out offering a reward for information about the case. Well, there is some encouraging news about crime locally. Nearly 900 guns are off the streets of Salt Lake City. The Salt Lake Police gun buyback program is such a huge success that police are extending it through next week. Now, anyone can bring in a gun. No questions will be asked, and police will pay that person $25. So far, the gun buyback has collected 886 guns. Police say they expect to collect around 400 or more. Officers are just now beginning to investigate if any of the guns were stolen. Business and individual donations have contributed $7,000 to the purchase of the guns, and police say the stories they're hearing from the public make it worth it.
One couple came in saying they had been the victim of a robbery, and they felt that if this could prevent a robbery somewhere down the way, that it was well worth that.
Now, if you have a gun you want to take in, you take it to the police department on 2nd South and 3rd East. They'll be taking guns all next week between 8 in the morning and 5 in the evening, but they won't be doing it on Thanksgiving Day. Well, if you have a cat or a dog and live in Salt Lake County, you may have to pay a little bit more to feed them. County Commissioner Jim Bradley has a plan to raise money for animal services. He's looking for a state lawmaker to sponsor a bill that would place a tax on animal food. The tax would amount to just a few pennies per bag or can of food. And Salt Lake County residents may have to throw in a few more pennies in the garbage. The Salt Lake Valley Solid Waste Management Council wants to raise county landfill charges from $13 to $16 per ton of garbage. The council says the price hike is necessary because the landfill is just running out of space, and the Environmental Protection Agency requires new dumping safeguards. Well, it looks like we're in store for one cold night. Let's check that forecast with Sterling Polson. Sterling?
Well, thank you, Terry. And speaking of those pets, make sure they have a warm place to be tonight. It will be cold as that cold northerly jet stream continues over the state of Utah. Let's take a closer look at our satellite picture. Skies will be clear tonight. High pressure the rule over the entire region, and that will be the case all the way through the entire weekend, with high temperatures warming up into the 40s and 50s all the way through Sunday and part of Monday. But we do have a storm headed in here. We'll have the details tonight at 10. Terry?
All right, we're going to take you back to that state 5A championship now, and we'll be back at 10 o'clock with more news on KUTV Channel 2.
R.C. Willey. Grand opens our all-new home theater department at all 5 R.C. Willey stores. Sit back and experience home theater. The world's leading Dolby surround receivers and laser discs. Speakers customized to your home and your new system. And a big screen picture that's real as life. All this matched to new action furniture and beautiful cabinets. Home theater so advanced you don't just watch it. Experience it yourself at the R.C. Willey store nearest you. Enter to win a 32-inch Sony Super Tube TV.
I've never been that much on Christmas shopping, but this year's different. I've got an angel to buy for her. Now, she's a tiny little thing. Says she wears a size 5. I've never bought clothes for a little girl before, but I'm gonna learn how. I want to make sure that Jessica, my adopted angel, has the best Christmas ever.
The KUTV Salvation Army Angel Tree, sponsored by Arctic Circle, Utah Honda Dealers, and KKAT. Find it at CCMIs and most Utah credit unions.
Wallpaper Warehouse and Forever Plants brings you Forever Christmas trees, the most lifelike, highest quality tree on the market today. Our 7.5-foot Colorado spruce, $149. Our deluxe Scotch pine 7.5-foot, $229. Our 7.5-foot Colorado spruce slim will fit anywhere, only $99. Our frosted blue spruce on a wood trunk, $299. Also, all poinsettias and other arrangements, 25 to 35% off. Happy holidays from Wallpaper Warehouse.
For a snow thrower that will handle any snowfall, we suggest a Toro Power Curve. They're lightweight, easy to handle, and throw snow up to 30 feet. So they're perfect for those times when it really comes down. See the complete line of Toro Power Curve snow throwers at these Toro dealers.
Welcome back to Rice Stadium at the half. Orem with a late field goal, leading Skyline 3-0 in the state 5A championship football game. I'm David James, and we've got a couple minutes right now to visit with Glenn Beret, the executive director of the Utah State High School Activities Association. And a couple questions to ask you. One, a unique triple header here for the championship games. It's got to be a thrill to bring all the kids here, but especially the kids from a Union or from a Wasatch. Being down on the field, they were thrilled to be here.
They were excited. And to do that, we had to have 2 northern schools to come in here. We had the opportunity to do that with the 12 o'clock game and a 7 o'clock game, and they were really thrilled to come in here. And the game, as you know, was outstanding.
It was a great game, 40-22. Union gets the victory in their first state title in quite a while. One of the interesting things about the championships this year is you've gone to 5 classifications, some smaller groupings. What's the reaction been from principals and from coaches?
We've done some realignment, as you know, this year, and this is the first year we're going to crown a 5A champion. The results have been great. The principals, the students themselves, they all feel good about the new classification alignments.
Yeah, it's had a big effect on a couple schools, most notably Pleasant Grove, who got to move out of the upper classification, and they're pretty happy with that, the way things have turned out.
That's true, and you saw what they did today.
Now, you give away some awards at halftime. Can you tell us about that program?
Yes, these are the academic all-state team, and we do that in each classification. The fall activities, we've actually crowned 300 academic all-state, and as you know, the grade point average for the entire team was 3.97. Now, that's outstanding academically.
Yeah. The Activities Association sponsors a lot of events, and you see us cover a lot of the athletic events. Obviously, the state football and basketball championships getting some coverage, but you sponsor some other events and activities for kids as well.
Yes, we put on 99 state tournaments in 180 days in academics as well as activities.
Yeah. What are some of the big events we'll be seeing in the next couple months that people might be interested in?
Well, we got basketball, wrestling, swimming, all going on starting last Monday.
Yeah. Any changes we're going to see in the end, or have you pretty much got this down to a science? Are you still changing it and revising it each year?
Well, as we put in the 5th classification, obviously that's 20% more responsibility that we have, and so we're feeling our way, but everything's gone well in the fall activities.
All right. We got just a couple seconds left before the second half starts. What do you think? Go ahead. Every fan's wondering. Well, where are the offensive highlights here?
I'll tell you what, this is a classic game for a 5A championship. It's still anybody's ball game.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned this to me just before we came on the air. Perfect football weather. Do you really believe that, or are you just trying to make me feel like a wimp?
It is a little chilly up here, but I'm telling you, they're warm down on the field.
All right. Thank you very much, and Great championships. This has been a fantastic day.
Thank you very much.
Executive Director of the Utah High School Activities Association, Glenn Beret. We will be back for the second half. At the half, Orem 3, Skyline nothing. The battle of the unbeatens continues on KUTV2 in just a moment.
Dear Midas, after getting an outrageous estimate at my dealer, I came back to you. Your mechanics,
John, Jim, Robert,
gave me a free estimate and even pointed out that my brake pads were under warranty, saving me a lot. I was so thankful I bought them all lunch. Thank you, Sarah Acco.
Dear Midas customers, whether it's 4x4s, pickups, or campers, we guarantee all our work.
Hi, I'm Merlin Olson. And when my skin is dry or cracked or itching, I want a product that works and works fast. And I found one. Stevens Skin Softener Cream.
Stevens Skin Cream is fabulous. It's fantastic. Find another adjective, I'll use it.
We love Stevens Cream.
Because you're never going to know just how good your skin can look and feel until you try Stevens.
Now available at local pharmacies and stores.
A1 Carpet, now at 255 West, 2255 South, just north of R.C. Willey, is having a grand opening sale on all floor covering. A1 features major brand carpeting, Sutton, Aladdin, Stainmaster, Columbus, and more. A1 also features Domco inlaid vinyl flooring and Congolium floor coverings. But the best news for you is that A1 will beat any competitor's advertised price by 5% or it's free. Financing is available to qualified buyers with no down payment and no interest for 90 days. A1 Carpet, 255 West, 2255 South, just north of R.C. Willey. That's A1 Carpet.
I don't think being the best means you have to be the tallest, or the fastest, or have the best outside shot. To me, being the best means that when the competition is giving 100%, you give 110.
First Security Bank, currently giving 110%.
Halftime of the State Class 5A Championship football game. Orem's Golden Tigers leading the Skyline Eagles 3-0. But down in the stands, the party continues. And right in the middle of it, Rod Zundel.
Hey,
Rod.
Reese, can you believe this? Below 30 degrees, and these folks have no shirts on from Orem School. Hold on, guys. Hey, what do you call yourself?
The Jungle. We're the Jungle from Orem High School.
And you're not cold.
We're not cold at all.
You have a 3-0 lead. That's good.
That's right. We're taking state all the way.
Okay. What's your theme song now?
We are Orem. We forget. We are Orem.
Hey, Reese, back to you before I get myself hurt in here.
Hey, take off that trench coat, Rod. What are you, some kind of wimp? I mean,
yes, I am, as a matter of fact.
It's easy for me to say up here in my down parka. I'll tell you, we've got some halftime stats. Let's take a look at them. A strange first half.
Orem with the statistical advantage. First downs 10-6. They've got a slight advantage in rushing yards. 71's not so special, but hold it, Skyline to 53 yards in the first half. That's a great job. And look at the total offense there, Reese. 85 yards for Skyline, 185 for Orem.
And Skyline's been held at 3.3 yards per carry, and the big key is they've been able to shut down Nick Morgan up the middle. He's carried the ball 9 times for 34 yards, and the one big turnover.
Yeah, it's only one turnover, but Orem had marched the length of the field. They were getting down into the red zone. They were close to scoring down inside the 20. They turned the ball over. They're up 3-zip. It could easily be 6 or 10-0 right now, except for that turnover. Not too many penalties. Clean first half. One penalty each way.
An excellent played first half. Skyline's individual rushing in this game. Doman carried the ball 3 times for 7 yards. Barker 1 for 4. Morgan 9 carries for 34 yards. Stevenson 2 for 9. Hodson carried the ball once for no gain. Doman throwing 3 of 6 for 32 yards passing, and Bills, of course, the one incompletion. For Orem, Garrett Ducher 10 of 13 for 113 yards passing. That's been an effective weapon in moving the ball for Orem. Ducher 6 carries for 6 yards. Huntsman 8 carries, 55 yards, including a 26-yarder. Daniel 3 carries for 10 yards, including a 4-yarder. The favorite receiver for Orem has been Nelson, 5 catches for 82 yards, including a 27-yarder. Stevenson has 2 of Doman's passes for Orem for 18 yards. Okay, let's take a look at the highlight from the first half. A 40-yard field goal by Kevin Inouye.
Almost blocked. You could see Satterfield coming through there. Drops it right down the middle from 40 yards off the right hash, and that is it. 3-zip Orem at the half. And still, even against an opponent the caliber of Skyline, Orem does not trail. They've trailed once, Mountain View, 7-0 in the first quarter. That's it.
And it's that big front line that's been doing it for them. Skyline no slouch up front either. But the Orem line has been really effective, especially on defense, in shutting down the inside game and getting to the sweeps. They've not allowed the Skyline wishbone offense to burn them at all on the ground so far tonight.
Well, you mentioned this statistic, and I think it's the one that Paul Clark is probably most proud of. I mean, coaches like to talk about wins and losses and not get caught up in statistics, but he said, our first-team defense has given up 4 touchdowns all year. They've had some points scored on them, but 4 touchdowns all year, 2 of them by Highland in the semifinals, and they've done an outstanding job in the first half here.
See the ranch that Tom built Sunday night in the Dave Fox Sports Den. He's jazz man by night and rancher by day. We'll go off the court with Tom Chambers, where he'll give us a tour of his own North 40. That's Sunday night at 10:30 in the Fox Den, only on KU TV2, Utah's sports team. Well, the two teams are coming back onto the field. The Skyline Eagles, after probably a pretty stern tongue lashing from Coach Roger Dupay, fired up and ready to do battle here in the second half. And we'll determine who gets which end zone and who gets the ball here momentarily. Now, what they do, they have a 15-minute halftime, but in high school, as soon as the two teams come back onto the field, they'll reset the clock and give them a couple of minutes to warm up. That's really crucial on a night like tonight.
Yeah, they did some studies. I remember some studies being done about 15 years ago. What percentage of injuries, and I don't remember the exact number, but what percentage of injuries occurred in the third quarter? And it was very high, and it was because the guys cooled down and they weren't stretching properly when they came back out. You know, and if you gave it a 20-minute halftime, coaches would keep them in there for 19.5 minutes. So it's best they do this. It's a little bizarre, but it really does work.
Well, it has to, and that's the critical thing. There's been some criticism of the AstroTurf here and the effect that it's had on the players. There have been some quarterbacks go down in the last couple of years, some attributed to the turf. So it's really essential that they do get warmed up. Rod Zundel has a guest on the field.
Coach Roger Dupay of Skyline, nothing seemed to click in the first half.
Well, I tell you, Orem's really got us off balance, so we've got to regroup and get back to our kind of football if we can. I mean, they're a pretty good team.
Any meaty pep talk in there for your kids?
Well, there's just a half of football left, so they got to get after it.
How's the weather? Coach Paul Clark said it doesn't bother him.
No, we haven't noticed the weather at all, but we need to execute our offense better.
All right, Coach, good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
All right, Coach Roger Dupay of Skyline. Reese?
I think Roger Dupay said a little facetiously probably in this morning's paper that he was so impressed with Orem that he may not show up. Well, they showed up, and they've given Orem just about all they can handle. We've got a great one. The first game was tied 3-3 at halftime, the 4A state champion. This one's 3-0 at halftime. And
well, the 3-3 game ended up 18-17, and if we have half that much fun in this half, it'll be a great second half, because that was a great finish. You know, the one thing he said about Orem that really struck me as true, and I hadn't heard too many people say it, I was talking about Orem's size, and he says, well, we have seen that kind of size. We saw that size with Kearns. He says a lot of the Kearns linemen go both ways, and we were able to wear them down over the course of the game. Orem doesn't have that many guys going both ways. I think they really only have one guy going both ways, so they're going to be fresher and a little harder to wear down, and that worried him, the combination of the size and the depth for Orem. Not that Skyline is without depth. They have so many guys suited up. We got confused during a timeout.
Right.
We thought Doman had left the game. We saw number 11 on the sideline. They've got 2 numbers 11s. They got so many guys. They have so many good guys. They're holding basketball and wrestling tryouts, a second round of tryouts just for the football team when the season's over tomorrow.
That's right. There's a great collection of athletes down there. You know, we said they've got so many. They've got more football players than they have numbers. That's the kind of program that Skyline's built and has been able to maintain over the years. And Roger Dupay just did a magnificent job in putting this together. Orem, another incredible year for Orem. We talked to the coaches before the games this week, and we said, you got any kids who probably have some college futures? And we knew that there were 2 or 3 on each team, and Paul Clark of Orem said, well, He says, we haven't got anybody that can go right into a college program and make an impact as a freshman. We've got 7 or 8 who will play. That's pretty phenomenal when you can say that. And most of them are his big boys, too. His real strength is in his line and in his tight end, Ben Alford.
Well, he's got Alford. He talked about Corey Ramage, who at 6'2" as a prospect. He said if he were 6'4", everybody in the world would be recruiting him. At 6'2", he's still getting a lot of offers. They also talked about Barrett Stratton. Of course, he does have the 2 skill guys. Huntsman with 21 touchdowns obviously is being recruited. And the same for Casey Nelson, who has 4.6 speed. And you can see even a guy who is as quick as Brandon Doman. Doman's given Nelson a big cushion because he knows he's got the breakaway speed and he knows he's got to keep him in front of him.
And he made a great move on Doman, too, in the first half on one of Orem's long drives. So Brandon Doman stretching it out, warming up. The last thing he wants is to pull a muscle in this game, and he's getting loosened up down on the field. Orem will receive to start the second half. Skyline will defend the south goal. Everybody bundled up in their warmest coats and blankets. Maybe something warm in the thermos to keep the insides toasty as well. Orem leads it 3-0. Matt Alba will kick off for Skyline. And we're just seconds away from the start of the second half of this one. As we said, this is the rubber match between these two teams. They have met twice before in state championship games, each team winning 1. Left-footed boot by Alba is going to come down at about the 11-yard line. There's the reverse. All the way up the near side. A nice return by Randy Lamoureux.
And a flag at the end of the play, too.
Yeah, that'll be even some more yards tacked on, more than likely. The ball's out across the 35 to the 37-yard line.
Well, Orem's going to have good field position already.
It's a clip on Orem.
Oh, it's going to back them up.
It's a clip on Orem, so wipe out half of that return.
You knew things had to change at some point. Skyline had absolutely no field position, and granted they had problems moving the ball, but they didn't get a break. They were backed up their own end of the field. They had terrible field position. Now Orem's going to be starting, and I'll tell you, if they don't pick up a first down or 2 here, Skyline is finally, this is a chance for the Skyline defense to give the offense some field position. They need to get a 3-and-out right here to start the second half.
Let's take a look at the clip right at the end of this play.
Came down right. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
It's 86, right? It's a little blurry. Is that 86 or 88? Looks like 86. Oh, it's 86. It's Brent Noel.
So Orem will start from its own 21-yard line. 1st and 10. Garrett Ducher, the quarterback, gives off to Brandon Huntsman, and he's met at the line of scrimmage by Creed Pettit.
You know, there are a lot of little things players can do, and you can look at that and say, well, this guy's gotten some good coaching. He knows what he's doing. Huntsman finishes every running play stretched towards the goal line. The guy is never side to side. When he sees he's getting hit, he turns it upfield and just falling forward. He's always trying to pick up that extra foot, that extra yard, that extra 2 yards, finishing every run upfield.
2nd and 6, the ball at the 25. Once again, the power I formation, the double tight end. Pitch back to Huntsman. Huntsman tries to make the turn, gets across the line of scrimmage, out near the 30-yard line. Once again, it's Creed Pettit on the stump.
It looked like Chris Hola there hitting him, and Hola, number 90, was going for the ball. Look at it a second time. Skyline trying to create the turnovers here. Here's the pitch, and watch as he turns upfield. Hola, as he starts to slip away, Hola went right for the ball, and Huntsman had a good hold on it, or that would have been a turnover. Watch for Skyline to keep going after the ball, trying to make the big play.
Isi Mataili had his hand on Ducher and forced the early pitch. Once again, the power I formation. Ducher will give it to Huntsman. Huntsman comes near side, hit behind the line of scrimmage. Coming in from his middle linebacker position, Jeff Shelton to make the stop. And it's not good enough for the first down. Shelton making the tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, this is what Skyline needed to do. They needed the 3-and-out. Huntsman leaving the field with 11 carries, 64 yards, just a shade under 6 yards a carry. But Skyline should get some pretty good field position here. Orem's got a guy split out wide. Skyline's got to go cover him. They had 2 deep men, and one of them's going to have to move up to cover the man split out wide.
Richard Robbins back to punt. He's been averaging 35 yards a kick this year. Gets off a wobbly one, but it's long. And it takes an Orem bounce picked up by Stevenson back at the 23, and he gets it back out across the 31, 32-yard line, where Skyline will start its first possession of the second half, but not until we take a break for this. With the score, Orem 3, Skyline nothing.
Pedersen Ski and Sports is having a layaway ski package sale. Pedersen's has everything you need to ski at one low price, like this adult ski package with Rossignol skis, Dolomite ski boots, marker bindings, and Scott poles. Total value $630. Pedersen's package price is only $319. That's just $319 for this complete ski package. And right now at Pedersen's, you can put your ski package on layaway for Christmas with only 20% down. Don't miss the layaway ski package sale going on right now at Pedersen Ski and Sports, with 6 locations along the Wasatch Front.
When you think bedrooms, think John Paris Furniture. When you think living rooms, think John Paris Furniture. When you think dinette sets, think John Paris Furniture. For everyday low prices on your favorite brands, for easy payment plans to fit any budget, and for a great selection of furnishings for every room in your home, think John Paris Furniture at 35th South and Redwood Road, and also in Rock Springs, Wyoming.
Utah banks exist to make profits. They build financial empires. FDIC reports that in 1992, most Utah banks saw record profits, and their stockholders received an average return of 20%. Theirs is a world of black and white. Credit unions are not-for-profit cooperatives. They only exist to serve their members. No elite group of stockholders will ever make huge personal profits from your credit union. Utah's credit unions, the people's choice, your choice.
Skyline up to the line of scrimmage with the ball at the 32-yard line. The Eagles' first possession of the second half after the punt, trailing 3-0. Straight wishbone formation, and they give to Nick Morgan, and once again he's hit right after he crosses the line of scrimmage, and you're not going to maintain an offense unless you can get more than just a couple on that first down play.
They're going right back to Morgan. Their leading rusher, over 1,300 yards on the season. There's a little seam there, but it's filled in a hurry. 4 Orem guys run into the ball. Skyline, as I mentioned in the first half, was only shut out once in the first half all season long. That was by West Jordan in the first-round playoff game. They came out and scored 2 quick touchdowns in the third quarter, got 14 quick points. We'll see if they're able to do that. They used Doman, breaking him free for some runs.
Once again, it's Nick Morgan right up the middle, this time across the 35-yard line. Gets down to about the 37. And let's go down to Rod Zundel on the sideline.
Reese, the Skyline coaches are trying to get some emotion put into their Skyline players. Are going up and down the sidelines yelling at them, and they're not getting any reaction. I don't know if that's the cold weather or just that they're behind 3-0.
Emotion's such a critical thing, and it's really hard to turn on. We got 3rd and 4, the ball at the 38-yard line. And Skyline out of the wishbone now in their passing formation. Doman will keep his running all the way, gets the first down. No, he doesn't.
It's going to be real close.
Down. He crossed the 40 and out close to the first down marker. They'll stop the clock if we're knowing the reason to measure this one. No indication yet.
My seat is right on the 42-yard line, and he went down right at the marker. And with that spot, I think he's got it.
Ryan Hodson thinks he's got it.
It's going to be close, but I think they got the ball just across the 42, and he had to go right to the 42.
Well, that looked like a run all the way. It's their passing formation. They line up in that double wing run and shoot formation, but that looked like Doman was thinking run all the way on that one, and he does get the first down.
It's real tough on the defensive linebackers because usually when you're a wishbone team and they're running the option, you're thinking run, 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 but they throw the ball effectively, and he throws it out of those mini rollouts. They do a good job of disguising the run and the pass. It's a real tough read for the linebackers and the defensive backs.
Skyline's 7th first down of the ball game. Once again, the wishbone. One wide receiver to the top of the screen. Give us to Morgan right up the middle. He's out across the 45. A nice pickup this time for about 4 yards.
Orem does not want to get beat between the tackles. If you look at the replay, they have got 8 guys between the tackles within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage, and there's just not a lot of room for Morgan. I mean, he's making a lot of those yards on his own. He got hit about a yard downfield and picked up the next 3 on his own. But with those 8 guys there, they got the 2 corners and 1 free safety, and everybody else is right there ready to stuff the inside run.
Ben Blazard, Ben Irwin, Rob Davis, Dave Butler leading the way. Big front four, along with Steve Corey, who's the backup center for the Skyline offense. Landon Dolman leads his team to the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd and 5 with the ball at the 47-yard line. Once again, the pitch this time to Stevenson is around the right side across the 50 down to the 48-yard line. And a great fake to Morgan up the middle. That drew everybody
really
in
was.
and allowed Stevenson to get around the right side.
I was watching Morgan all the way. Well, if you
watch this fake handoff right up the middle.
He just pulled it right back out of the side the last second. The pitch to Stevenson. See a nice block and maybe a little hold there. Saw a little jersey stretching there. There's a hold on every play. You can always call a hold. Wide receivers with a lot of blocking responsibilities. In any offense, if you're going to break a big play, wide receivers have to get downfield and make blocks. But in the wishbone, they have a lot of blocking responsibilities.
Skyline into Orem territory, I think, for the first time tonight, as they're across the 47 right up the middle.
I think they crossed it on their opening drive and had to punt. I think they got barely across midfield.
No, they got to the 45. That's right. They got down to the Orem 45. And that's about right where they are now, just across the 45. And let's look at this one again. Dolman on a straight keeper all the way, running behind that huge offensive line. Big Ben Irwin at 6'6", 290 pounds. You don't think we might see him on some college roster in the future, huh?
Yeah, possibility. It's 3rd and a foot, and they pick up about 4 with a quarterback sneak.
1st and 10 at the 45 of Orem. Dropping back, Dolman will throw long. He's got Alba, and Alba takes the tip pass down to the 10. He'll go into the end zone for the touchdown. And that one looked to be intercepted all the way by Sean Peterson. It's off his fingers, and Alba right there. And that's really Skyline's secret weapon, the Dolman to Alba connection. They didn't have to use it in either the West Jordan game or last week in the semifinals. But when they needed it, the big play, that ought to give them some emotion. Here you can see Alba going down, Peterson step for step. Peterson thinks he has this one, and it's just off his fingers, and Alba's concentration, he waits for it and then steps out of the grasp of Jason Fitt and takes it in for the touchdown and says, thank you very much.
Peterson is laying on the ground at the 20-yard line long after that play was over. He was playing the interception, saw it all the way, just stopped a little short. Ball went over his head.
The kick by Troy Thompson is up and good. And Skyline has taken the lead for the first time today with 6 minutes and 24 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. The Eagles 7, the Golden Tigers 3.
Make it more magic. Add a little extra ho, ho, ho. Make it warmer, give it sparkle. We're here to help you, a shop code. It's almost here. We wish you would cheer. We'll help you make more of the magic. Helps you make more of the magic.
Country 104.3 KSOP.
The world can stop my broken heart.
Here's a quarter called Someone Who Cares.
She's in love, boy.
The thunder rolls. Get the most country music allowed by law. Country 104.3 KSOP. Utah's best country.
Everybody has their own formula for success. Mine's pretty basic. Start with something you love, then give 110% every second of every minute of every day, and never look back.
First Security Bank, currently giving 110%.
Matt Alba does it with his hands, and he does it with his feet. He also kicks off. Matt's brother Brian, of course, played for Skyline and is now playing for the University of Utah. He's a kicker, but he's been moved to defense to shore up the battle-weary University of Utah secondary, and he's been working out with the defense. But he kicked at Skyline just as Matt is kicking right now, and he gets the left foot into it. This one will go right to the goal line, and Orem will bring it out across the 15, out across the 20, out to the 25-yard line. A nice return straight up the middle. by the Orem Golden Tigers, Randy Lamoureux.
You and I have been talking about this a couple times earlier tonight, Reese, but Orem not only is unbeaten, they have not trailed in any game except the Mountain View game when they were down 7-zip early. This is the first time they've been behind in the second half. And a kickoff return, the first play to see how they're going to respond. Nice return right up the middle. They get out across the 25 to the 26. That's a good return. First time they've been behind in the second half all this year. How are they going to respond? We talked about the lack of emotion with Skyline earlier. Let's see what Orem can do.
Brett Daniel takes the handoff from Garrett Ducher and goes straight up the middle. It was interesting. We saw a lot of razzle-dazzle from Skyline in the first half. It didn't get them anything. They came out on their first drive of the second half and stayed pretty much within the confines of their wishbone and just moved it down the field. It'll be interesting to see if Orem sticks pretty much with their power I formation game.
Well, I think Paul Clark sends a little message to his guys, and especially his offensive line right there. It's third quarter, middle of the third. We're only down 4. They go to the power game on first down. It's what we always do, guys. There's no reason to panic. We're not going to be pulling out trick plays and razzle-dazzle right away.
2nd and 6. Ducher throws a little screen pass, but there's nobody there. Jeff Shelton, the middle linebacker, had the receiver, the intended receiver, Daniel, all bottled up. Daniel kind of got tangled up with one of his own blockers out there.
Well, they let the defense come through, and 73, Travis Gardner, nicknamed Grimace. He does not give Ducher time to think about it, and Ducher almost throws the interception there. That was well spelled out. Travis got the nickname Grimace from a girlfriend in junior high. His mom told this story on him. Apparently, in a moment of incredible anger, she nicknamed him Grimace. He loves the nickname. He also loves the fact that not a lot of his teammates know how he got the nickname.
And I'm sure they appreciate you spilling the beans here.
Absolutely.
Ducher throws right over the middle. It's overthrown and incomplete. Pass out in the flat.
Well, when you think about it, Grimace really is a great football nickname. There's no reason to give up a classic nickname like that just because you maybe not love the story behind it.
Pass intended for Matt Heaps, number 24. In there covering on the play is Ryan Hodson. And that'll bring up a punting situation, so it's 3 downs and out for Orem here on their second drive. They went 3 and out on their, 3 and out on their first drive as well. Great kick by Robbins. Look at this. Stevenson's going back, takes it over the shoulder, a la Willie Mays. And he reverses field. He might get some yards out of this. Breaks a couple of tackles out to the 29-yard line before he's finally knocked down. And a great effort by Stevenson before Randy Lamoureux caught him.
52-yard punt. Stevenson is limping right now. He's hurting, and he does not want to come out. But he knows if the coach sees him limping, he's going to have to leave, and he's going to have to come out now. That was a 52-yard punt, and as you said, Reese, he's got to take it over his shoulder. That's a great catch.
And then watch him reverse his field. He gets everybody going one way, and then he cuts it back the other way, breaks 1 tackle, breaks 2 tackles, and finally Randy Lamoureux has to bring him down, and Lamoureux gets some help.
Looked like his right leg got caught between 2 defenders' legs and kind of got twisted underneath him. And I'm sure Rod Zundle's heading over there, and we'll try to get a report to us in a moment.
So Skyline will take over their second possession of the second half from their own 30-yard line.
Now, remember, in the first half, Skyline didn't score. Well, the only other time that happened was against West Jordan. They didn't score in the first half. They came out and got 2 quick touchdowns. Here they've already gotten 1. We'll see what they can do with this possession right here. Because another score right here, especially a touchdown, would really start to take Orem's running game out of it a little bit.
Come out in a straight wishbone formation. Doman will keep. He's got a pitch man, but nowhere to go. Just too many white shirts downfield. He realized the pitch was futile, and rather than risk a pitch and a fumble and a big loss, he decided just to eat it and go down.
That play started very promising. He broke a tackle in the backfield, and he gets outside the containment, but great pursuit. And he knows if he throws it at this point, it's just going to cost him another 3 or 4 yards. So he takes the hit and goes down. But as he got up, he slapped the ball. I think when he broke that first tackle in a wishbone, that's usually a sign there's a big play about to come. You can't miss the first hit on the quarterback very often and not pay for it.
Rich Robbins from his inside linebacking position up to make the first hit. So it'll be 3rd and 6 now at the 34-yard line for Skyline. Straight wishbone formation, wide receivers left and right. Give up the middle to the big fullback Morgan, and he powers out across the 35, but it'll be short of the first down by 2 or 3. It'll bring up a kicking situation. It'll be 4th down and 2.5 to go, and Matt Alba is on to kick.
See if Orem goes for the block. No, apparently not. They're dropping 2 guys back right now for return men. They're not dropping them back very far. They're only back about 20, 25 yards. Alba can put it over their head. I wonder if they've miscounted.
Sean Peterson back deep, and Lamoureux comes up around the 40 for Orem. A line drive snap. Sean Peterson takes this one and fumbles it and falls on it at his own 34-yard line, and that's where the Orem Golden Tigers will take over with 2 minutes and 32 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. It's Skyline 7, Orem 3.
呢度有個叉骨湯有個嘢好好食嘅，但係點解佢唔就咁叫蛋卷呢？
De kipburrito bij Taco Time is gewoon een soort lumpia.
Son imposibles de describir y nunca he probado nada igual.
Crunchy, fresh, and filled with chicken meat or refried beans. No wonder they're world famous. They're from Taco Time.
We make it fresh every day. Taco Time.
You know, we didn't have much money when I was growing up, so I know what it means to have something special under the Christmas tree. That's why we adopted a child named Braden from the Angel Tree. We have the best time shopping for gifts, and they'll all be given to our Angel's family. We'll never meet Braden, but I bet his face is going to light up Christmas morning.
The KUTV Salvation Army Angel Tree, sponsored by Arctic Circle, Utah Honda Dealers, and KKAT. Find it at ZCMIs and most Utah credit unions.
Boise, Colorado Springs. Thanks, Morris. Laughlin, Reno, Las Vegas. Morris Air, bringing low fares to Utah. Thanks, Morris.
Those are propane heaters down on the sideline. Who's that trying to stay warm? Ricky B, sideline camera. Oh, jeez.
Chad is frying his gloves.
Whatever works. Pass outside, and Nelson breaks the tackle and down the sideline, and a flag goes down back near midfield. Nelson breaks the tackle. Looked like he'd be collared right as he caught the ball, but gets down across midfield. But we'll have to see what the penalty is.
Paul Clark doesn't like it, whatever the
whatever
penalty
it was.
He is not happy.
Having some discussions with the officials over there.
I've seen him happy, and that's not the look.
No. Well, Orem came right out on 1st down, throws the quick out to Nelson. Clark is really upset. No indication yet on what the infraction is, but we can pretty much guess which way it's going to go.
It might be a face mask, or maybe that's what Clark wants.
And the officials are talking to the Orem captains now.
Still no signal from the crew what we've got going here.
It's been a well-officiated game, as was the first game this afternoon. Oh, don't give me... Okay.
Well, the call is against Skyline. Referee Greg Warner calling his 6th state championship game.
And I'm not sure what the call is. And I've got the...
That is going to move the ball all the way down to the 29, and Orem, with 2:17 left in the 3rd quarter, they got a great chance here to get back into the lead.
Face mask? Huh. 1st and 10 at the 29. Ball given right up the middle to the big fullback, and not much of a game. That's Brett Daniel on the carry.
Desher kind of lurched away from the line there. I almost wonder, we'll take a second look at it, see if he had that snap cleanly. No, it did look like it was slipping out of his hands, and he just barely got a hold of that. It's a cold night, and just from standing on the roof for a few minutes, I don't know how those guys are handling the ball as well as they are. This has been a pretty clean game. The ball has not gone on the turf too often tonight.
Brandon Tuff to make the stop on that last one. Brings up 2nd and 8 from the 27. Boucher keeps and gets hit right at the 25-yard line as he tries to gain ground.
I saw the same hole he did, and that thing closed really quickly. Yep. Skyline just shut it down in a hurry.
Brandon Tuft again and Jeff Shelton, the linebackers. Watch this one again.
You can see as he comes down the line, there's the big hole. There it is. He turns up, and boom, it's
Tuft
gone.
Right there. And
all of a sudden, there's 5 Skyline guys on top of him.
Shelton slips off his block, but we've got a player down, and it may be Tuft who made the big hit there. So Orem uses a big pass and a big penalty to get down in scoring position.
Well, Ducher's going over to the sideline to talk to the coaches right now. This is an interesting call. 3rd and 6 at the 25.
Here we see.
Watch the lower left, number 61, lower left. He goes into the pile, and well, you can see him going down. I didn't see him get hit. It might be his arm.
Looks like an arm, and that's Matt Wagstaff. He's not only he's the offensive center on this team, so both centers are dinged now. Skyline center went down last week with a knee injury, and he has not played tonight.
Come on!
And they're still working on Wagstaff on the sideline. Sex and violence on TV. It's one of today's most controversial and debated issues. Join Rod Decker for Take Two Sunday night and find out how sex and violence on TV may affect you. That's Take Two Sunday night following the Day Fox Sports Den, only on KUTV2, Utah's news team. Well, he's up and walking off under his own power. It may be a shoulder or an arm injury. We'll have to see if Matt Wagstaff, the 6'2", 250-pound senior center, is able to come back into this game. That should move Jason Barlow into the center position. At any rate, it's 3rd and 6 at the 25, and Huntsman will try to get the first down, and he barely gets back to the line of scrimmage before he's stacked up by the whole right side of the defensive line, led by Sean Facer, Chris Ola, and Isi Mataili.
Tackled by number 5.
I couldn't get the number of the Skyline defender, but somebody came in the backfield on the outside. Perfect containment. There was nowhere for Huntsman to go. He just did the best thing he could. He turned it upfield and got back to the line of scrimmage, but he had no options.
Brandon Bills also in on the stop. Kevin Inouye will attempt his second field goal of the game. 42-yard kick. Randy Lamoureux will hold.
Left hash. This is a tough angle.
Almost blocked again. A nice kick, and it drops short of the crossbar. No good. And Skyline has held after the big play and penalty. And Skyline will take over with just 32 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. So Skyline comes up with a big defensive stop here with just 32 seconds to go. Rod Zundel with an injury update.
Yeah, Matt Wagstaff, who just was carried off the field, he has a separated shoulder. It's piston nerve for the night.
Matt Wagstaff, the starting center for Orem, is gone for the night. Yeah, Skyline will take over at its own 20-yard line after the missed field goal. T.J. Stevenson off the right side. He breaks a hole, comes back against the grain, and is finally dragged down from behind. And he got some great blocking up front before Ben Alphin finally stopped him and maybe saved a tackle, a touchdown.
That was great hustle coming downfield by Alphin to make that tackle. Nice cutback by Stevenson. He's starting right. He sees the hole. He sees the safety overcommit and cuts back. And Alphin gets him from behind.
Ryan Barker was leading the way with a block. Nick Morgan also downfield with a nice block to clear the way for Stevenson. It makes it 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line for the Eagles. Straight wishbone formation. Little cross buck in the backfield, but it was straight up the middle to Nick Morgan, and this time Morgan gets a good yardage, and we've run out of time here in the 3rd quarter, and Skyline holds up 4 fingers. They know that it's 1 quarter away from a state championship, and the Eagles lead this one by a score of 7-3, and we'll be back with the final 12 minutes of the Utah high school football season right after this.
When you buy electronics at R.C. Willey, You're guaranteed Utah's rock bottom price. And along with free delivery and instant credit, there's 90 days interest-free. Now, this full-function VCR with remote, while 400 lasts just $98.95. Save $100 on this Panasonic camcorder, now $599. This Zenith 25-inch MTS stereo monitor, now $319. Through Saturday with your new purchase, this 8-piece cookware set, just $995. Proof again, R.C. Willey simply sells for less.
Pedersen Ski and Sports is having a layaway ski package sale. Pedersen's has everything you need to ski at one low price, like this adult ski package with Rossignol skis, Dolomite ski boots, marker bindings, and Scott poles. Total value $630. Pedersen's package price is only $319. That's just $319 for this complete ski package. And right now at Pedersen's, you can put your ski package on layaway for Christmas with only 20% down. Don't miss the layaway ski package sale going on right now at Pedersen Ski and Sports, with 6 locations along the Wasatch Front.
7-3, Skyline with the lead with 1 quarter to play in this state championship game, and the Eagles seem to have all the momentum going their way right now.
They trailed at the half 3-0. A tip touchdown pass, the difference in the game right now, all but with the nice concentration in the game's only touchdown.
Double tight end. Now they break out of the wishbone. No running backs for Doman, which is strange on 2nd and 5. Doman just stands up, throws one over the middle, but it's way overthrown. And coming off the line,
and that's going to be a late hit.
Slow was, that's right. Jeremy Satterfield came off the line just a little late, and he got dinged pretty good right after.
You'll see the ball was overthrown. It already hit the ground. Satterfield was led a little too much. He's already upset with the ball being overthrown, and then he takes the pop. Sean Peterson getting the flag. Personal foul. And that is going to move Skyline out across midfield.
Well, you just can't do that. You can't let the penalties get to you, and the frustration maybe.
Skyline knows if they can put the ball in the end zone one more time, they can take away most of Orem's ground game. They can certainly take away the inside power stuff. Huntsman can break runs, so he'll still get the ball some, but...
This high school football championship game is brought to you in part by Morris Air, where you can fly to the West Coast from just $49 each way. Thanks, Morris. 1 wide receiver to the left, and the wishbone formation that's given to Stevenson up the middle. Stevenson down close to the 40-yard line on 1st down.
Watch the Orem guys start going for the ball right now. They got to strip it, cause a turnover. Skyline's starting to drive, and they have got to stop it.
There's still plenty of time left. There's no problem, even if Skyline scores, but it does mean that Orem has to mount 2 scoring drives, and so far they've only been able to get a field goal on the board. So if they're going to have any hopes really of a state championship game, they've got to stop Orem on this one, as on the sideline Troy Thompson warms up his foot. Wishbone formation, wide receiver to the far left side, and Doman just keeps. Marches right up the middle, breaks a tackle, gets down across the 35-yard line. It's close to the 1st down. Boy, Doman can get you so many ways. He keeps and hands off, and he does get the 1st down, and here's how he did it behind that big offensive line. Nothing up the middle. He just steps outside.
It's just a quarterback sneak, but that line is up, and they're all up high. No one's going to their feet and cutting their man. They're all staying up high, just trying to get that charge going, and Doman's staying behind him until he sees a seam. It's a tough play for the defense. If you don't have a good view, you're not quite sure what happened to the ball, who's got it, and where they are.
Wishbone formation. Doman the quarterback. Give it to T.J. Stevenson. He can't find any room, simply steps outside, and he gets 3 or 4 yards before he's finally wrapped up and brought down.
Skyline guys don't pick the wrong hole very often. He just picks his hole carefully there and then leans forward, and he gets almost, that's 4.5 yards on 1st down.
Jason Fitt, the cornerback, to make the stop. Skyline's offensive line doing a great job tying up the big defensive line of Orem. Puts the ball at the 31-yard line. We're at 2nd and 6. Now they break out and go into that run and shoot offense, and he's either thrown or kept out of this. This time he hands off to his big fullback, Nick Morgan, who gets down across the 25, and once again, that'll be a 1st down.
And the Orem guys wrestling for the ball every time. It's called down this time, but one of the Orem guys, Corey Ramage, coming up with the ball.
Rod Zundel on the sidelines.
Yeah, Reese, we're here with Mr. Doman, Brandon, Clint, and Bryce's dad. And And Kevin, I tell you what, how nervous are you with 10 minutes left in the game?
I'm numb.
So are we all.
He's numb for a different reason than the rest of us.
Pretty good. We got to move the ball a little better to win this one. Right now's the time.
All right, let's watch this play.
Run and shoot. Again, the quarterback, this time he keeps and gives to Stevenson. Stevenson misses, skips the tackler, and gets down across the 20-yard line. Boy, a great move by Stevenson to skip out of the grasp of Randy Lamoureux and get down across the 20 for a big gain.
That was worth 7 yards. Nice move.
That'll bring up 2nd and 4. The ball at the 19-yard line, and what a drive. It started back on Skyline's own 20-yard line. And this is what Skyline did against Kearns in the second half. They just took charge and made long drives, ate up a lot of clock, and then got points at the end of it.
Well, we're inside of 10 minutes. They are eating up the clock, no question.
Come out of the run and shoot once again. Barker and Hodson, the halfbacks. Morgan, the fullback. In motion is Hodson. The give to Barker this time. Barker doesn't get a lot, but he's down to about the 18-yard line, 17-yard line, where it'll be 3rd and about 2.
Orem really has not had Skyline in too many 3rd downs on this drive. This is one of their rare chances for a stop.
This is kind of a half run and shoot. With Stevenson, now Stevenson moves out into the run and shoot formation. Nick Morgan, the single setback. Doman will keep, and Doman just pushes right behind his offensive center and gets down close to the 15-yard line. He needed to get across the 15-yard line for the first down. Let's look at the replay from the bottom and look at the battle in the trenches. And Doman just forges ahead behind Steve Corey, his 200-pound center.
Boy, you can see the Orem Tigers getting knocked out of there. The Skyline line is doing a great job right now.
Just inches to go for a first down. It's 4th and 1, the ball at the 16. This could be for the state championship. Doman.
1st and goal.
Doman takes it inside the 9-yard line, and does he dominate?
Well, you know what they've had to do? That quarterback sneak's been effective because there's nobody lined up on the center. Now, Richard Robbins comes in and is lined up on the center here, and as soon as they see the extra man inside, boom, Skyline's going outside. Doman turns the corner, and he's got the first down.
Coming up to make the stop, Randy Lamoureux, along with Jason Fitt, the cornerback. It's 1st and goal from the 10. There's no first down here, and Skyline wants to talk about it. They want to get lined up. They've got no chance of getting a first down here. They've got to get the touchdown. And they're 9.5 long yards away from the end zone. And we'll take a timeout right now with timeout on the field. The score was 7:21 to play. Skyline 7, Orem 3.
You asked for it, it's back.
Super Saturday at Granite Furniture.
And we're going to save you money. The kids will love this beanbag chair and ottoman, just $99. Get a boomerang chair for just $39.95, and we'll throw in a free TV stool or a designer pillow.
Buy your dining set this weekend and we'll deliver it free for Thanksgiving.
These authentic hand-carved Oriental rugs are just $99 and $199.
Pick up a 10-pound tub of ice melt for just 89 cents.
But hurry, Super Saturday at Granite Furniture and Saturday at 7.
Dear Midas, my car was making a terrible squeaking noise. Your competitor said, you need new brakes. At Midas, I got a thorough inspection and was told,
you don't need new brakes. The squeaking noise is caused by brake dust.
Such honesty is refreshing in the time of auto repair rip-offs. Yours truly, Frank J. Ruder.
Dear Midas customers, whether it's 4x4s, pickups, or campers, we guarantee all our work.
呢度有個叉骨攤有個嘢好好食嘅，但係點解佢唔就咁叫蛋卷呢？
De cat burrito bij Taco Time is gewoon een soort lumpia.
Son imposibles de describir y nunca he probado nada igual.
Crunchy, fresh, and filled with chicken meat or refried beans. No wonder they're world famous. They're from Taco Time.
We make it fresh every day. Taco Time.
We're 11 plays, 5 minutes and 11 seconds into this drive, which started way back at the 20-yard line. And Skyline has the ball first and goal just across the 10-yard line. And they come out in the wishbone formation, double tight end, power formation for the Eagles. Dolman will score. Well, maybe not.
He might have fumbled.
He might have fumbled.
He did, and Orem
gets it at the goal line. Holy cow.
That ball got knocked out just before he went to the ground, and I know Dolman's arguing that he was down, but I thought I saw the ball just before his back hit the ground. And finally, Orem has been going after the ball this whole drive, and they finally get it. Dolman's going to run right to you. Nice little juke inside to set up his block. He breaks it outside, and the fumble. The ball is out there before his knee and his back go to the ground.
Sean Peterson.
Did Orem get it before it was out of bounds? That was very close there. Even there on slow motion, I couldn't tell if they had possession before it went out of bounds.
Well, the only man's opinion that matters is the guy in the striped shirt down there, and he said it did.
He decided right away.
So Orem has a long way to go, trailing 7-3. They get the ball at the 1-yard line.
Well, they had a flag pattern set up down the right side. They were going to Casey Nelson, and it was behind him and out of bounds. Here's a fumble again. The ball's clearly out before it hits the ground. But now see if the ball, does Orem have possession before the ball goes out of bounds? From that angle.
Hard to tell.
Oh, it's tough to tell. That's a close call.
Here it is from the angle coming straight at us.
Clearly the ball's out before he hits the ground. But Orem has to have possession of it before it hits the sideline.
Great job by Sean Peterson to knock it loose, and then right in on top, and boy, it's hard to tell.
I think he probably did have it, but that's a close call. Great camera work.
Huntsman around the left side, out across the 10-yard line in a big game.
That is. They got to get their back away from the, they threw out of the end zone once, but if you get a hold back there, if you get an intentional grounding back there, that's a safety. That's 2 points and the ball. And the way Skyline can sit on the ball with 6:51 left in the game, that's a great run because now all their options are open. They got a chance to throw the ball without standing in the end zone.
And they've still got plenty of time, 6 minutes and 51 seconds, more than enough time to take it the length of the field, just doing what they do well with the short passes and the power game. But they haven't mounted much. That's their first down in the last 3 possessions. So, well, no, correction. That's the second first down in the last 3 possessions. And only second first down, I believe, of this quarter, of this half.
Well, he was hit as he threw back there, and that pass a little off target.
Well, he had his favorite receiver, Casey Nelson, over, but just overthrew him just a little bit.
Well, Nelson's not only a fast guy, he's a big target. He's 6'3", he's got 4.6 speed. They've already tried to throw to him twice in 3 plays, but watch the hit. Do you really want to be a quarterback? Clearly, he doesn't get everything on that ball. He got hit before he let it go.
Brings up 2nd and 10 from the 14.
Share 11 of 18, 136 yards. Nice play
action and naked reverse, and there's the pass, and he's all alone, and there he's gone. That's the coach's kid. That's John Clark, 6 foot, 170-pound senior tight end, the backup tight end, and they'll come out in that double tight, and we've got a flag way back down here near the 20-yard line.
And there is an upset Orem Tiger down there, and it's the quarterback, Ducher, and I think he knows this is coming back, and the Skyline fans just figured it out too. Ducher is not happy. And Paul Clark told us, he says, he's a coach's son, so he's got to be better if he's going to play. He says the only time we really throw to him is out of double tight ends, and usually no one's looking for him. We can hit him for touchdowns out of that
formation. No one was looking for him that time. He was only about 20 yards behind the defense, but an illegal forward pass. Did he get too far downfield before he threw that?
Well, also sometimes, and we'll have to see a replay to see, sometimes was he across the line of scrimmage when he threw it?
Okay, the ball right there at the 20, or at the 13-yard line. Let's see where he is when he finally releases it. It's a loss of down as well.
Yeah.
Boy, he is close. He is real
He's
close.
about a half-yard pass.
He's across the line of scrimmage, so a good call by the Stripes. And that brings up 3rd now and 13 with the ball at the 11-yard line. And he comes right back with a pass to the near side, and it's almost complete. The pass intended over on the near side for Pete Shumway, but was broken up beautifully by number 20 Hodson for Skyline.
Wow, Orem had so much emotion there for a moment. You got to wonder if they're going to be able to get it back here. 6:24 to go in the game. That's a cruel blow.
Rod Zundel on the sideline.
Yeah, Reese, I'm on the Orem side now, and you can see a little look of panic in their eyes.
Well, with 6:24 to go, that's not a lot of time. They've got to get the ball back quickly here, and Richard Robbins has got to boom one to get him out of a hole and not let Skyline get good field position. He gets a high one. It turns over. It'll come down at the 50 where Stevenson takes it on the fair catch. And the Eagles will start over from midfield with 6 minutes and 17 seconds to go. And they've got a 7-3 lead. We'll be back in just a moment.
This holiday season, more people than ever in the Intermountain area will be coming to Inkley's for their gift-giving purchases. Our selection of photographic and home electronics items can't be beat, and our everyday sale prices save you time and money. A Canon camcorder with 8 power zoom is just $499.95. This Fuji autofocus camera is just $79.99. Pioneer CD players start at $99.97. Buy this 19-inch Magnavox TV with remote for just $199.97. Save time and money. It's all here at Inkley's.
I don't think being the best means you have to be the tallest, or the fastest, or have the best outside shot. To me, being the best means that when the competition is giving 100%, you give 110.
First Security Bank, currently giving 110%.
Country 104.3 KSOP.
My broken heart.
Here's a quarter called Someone Who Cares.
She's in love, boy.
The thunder rolls. Get the most country music allowed by law. Country 104.3 KSOP. Utah's best country.
Skyline starts from the 50-yard line, leading 7-3 with 6:17 to go. Straight up the middle. Stevenson, I believe.
Well, the Orem defense knows the last time they just barely dodged the bullet, getting the turnover inside the 1-yard line. And this time they really want to go 3-0. Look at the time of possession. Skyline's had the ball most of the second half. I think Orem had a slight advantage at the half. I think they had like a 2-minute advantage at the half.
Well, that 5.5-minute drive by the Eagles really swung it in their favor. But it's 2nd and 8 as they stop Stevenson after only a 2-yard gain. Ball at the 48-yard line of Orem. Stevenson again. This time he'll get down across the 45 to the 43-yard line. He's got to get to the 40 for the first down. Richard Robbins in to make the stop.
One thing Orem has going for them right now, they do have all their timeouts. Skyline used one right before the turnover, so Skyline's working with 2 timeouts, but they've got the lead, so that's not nearly as important. T.J. Stevenson, 9 carries, 52 yards. Nice average. That's almost 6 yards a carry.
He's done a job tonight. Morgan up the middle, across the 40. He gets the first down to the 38-yard line before he's brought down. Jason Fitt in on the stop, number 8.
And the Orem fans won a late hit right there. Skyline a little downfield after the play. Ben Blezad with a hit. Watch Skyline number 75. He'll be in the foreground at the end of the play because he was beyond the tackle. See Orem's number 4 coming up, Lamoureux. And at the end of the play, boom, right there. He sends him down. Just as they left the screen, he knocked him on his back, and the Orem fans went berserk because they remember a similar penalty being called on them.
1st and 10 at the 38. Double tight end. And a keep by Doman down to the 35-yard line to the 32. Power football for the Eagles.
That's as simple as it gets. It's 1st and 10. You just snap it to your quarterback. He ducks behind the big 3. And are they going to give him? They're going to spot that ball inside the 33-yard line. So he picked up 5 yards on a quarterback sneak on 1st down. Look at the Skyline guys just driving the pile downfield.
Skyline, I think, using Travis Gardner in there as their center now. The 3rd center they've used. Morgan up the middle on the carry. Yeah, Grimace is in at offensive center.
Well, both teams have had some injuries to their offensive line, and
he's doing a great job. Look at the job he does on Ramage or on Jackson.
Morgan is never brought down by the first guy who hits him. That is one big fullback. 6'1", 210 pounds. The first guy cannot bring him down.
3rd and 1 from the 29. Dolman keeps, gets down to the 29, maybe across the 29.
That's going to be real close to a 1st down, and it's going to depend on the spot. I was a little surprised with a guy as big as Morgan. I thought they'd go right back to him, but Doman pulls it back and takes it himself.
And Doman looked like he slipped there, might have lost control of the ball for a second, and kind of lunged forward that left shoulder.
I think it's going to be 4th and short. The way they got that ball spotted right about the 29, and he's got to go just inside the 28.5. And right now the Skyline coaches are upset with a light that's on in the end of the field.
One of those TV guys.
Oh, man, you hate to see that.
Oh, you hate to see those TV guys down there. Rod Zundel on the sideline. Rod.
Yeah, Reese, they're up in the south end zone with the light on doing a broadcast, and Skyline wants it off if they're going to go that way.
Yeah, well, we don't want them going live from our game either.
That's right.
It's another station.
4th and 1 with the ball at the 30-yard line. Dolman pitches. Stevenson can't find the handle, and Orem's going to come up with it if they can keep it in bounds. And they do, and for the 2nd straight time, a Skyline drive is stopped because of a fumble. And boy, what a big one that is on 4th and 1.
Well, Orem used takeaways in the semifinals. They caused 3 turnovers, didn't turn it over themselves. And here's another fumble. 2nd straight drive. The pitch was a little high, a little behind Stevenson. Catchable, but not perfect. And Orem's got the ball, and they've got a chance with 2:41 left in the game, down 7-3. They got to go 69 yards for a touchdown to win it.
Skyline figuring Orem's going to be looking for him to come straight up the middle again with either Doman or Morgan, and decided to go outside. Lost the handle on it. 2:26 to go. Ducher yelling at his teammates, and he's going to have to waste a timeout here. The coaching staff doesn't want him to. It's a fake timeout, a direct snap, and the pass is to Ducher, but it's incomplete. Dolman down there on the coverage. That's the old, hey, we don't know what we're doing, so I'm going to walk over to the sideline, and while I'm walking this way, the defense is going to relax, snap the ball back to the backup quarterback and let him throw one, and it didn't work.
And the Skyline coaches saw that coming all the way. There were 5 or 6 of them down on the sideline, bouncing up and down, screaming at their guys, and I don't know if they got their attention or not, but the D held, so that's all that counts.
This high school football championship game is brought to you in part by First Security Bank, currently giving 110%. 2nd and 10, the ball at the 31-yard line of Orem. The Golden Tigers on the run.
They have shown some razzle-dazzle, a double pass, a direct snap.
Almost down to where they need a miracle. Right, the pass to the far side is way overthrown. Pass intended for Casey Nelson. That stops the clock with 2:08 to go.
That pattern has been open all night long. They respect Nelson's speed deep. They've been able to throw short and underneath. That ball was just overthrown out of bounds. That's a case of when you're throwing that pass, especially all the way across the field, because the ball's on the left hash, they're throwing to the far sideline. The quarterback's throwing it. He knows that's a 30-yard pass. It can hang in the air. So Ducher's really got to fire it out there. 11 to 20, 136 yards.
136 yards passing.
3rd and 10 at your own 31, 2:08 to go. we are getting close to miracle time here.
Daniel and Huntsman offset in the backfield with 2 wide receivers. Dusher dropping back. He'll be pressured, but gets the pass off, and it's intercepted by number 8, Jeremy Satterfield. He brings it back across the 40-yard line and goes out of bounds. And with under 2 minutes to go, Skyline has come up with the big turnover.
Well, once again, great pressure by the Skyline defensive line. Dusher drops just as he gets set. He sees the pressure. He's hit as he throws, so the ball fluttering a little underthrown because of the pressure. Satterfield's right there.
With 1 minute and 59 seconds to go in the state 5A championship game, Skyline leads at 7-3, and we'll be right back.
Free holiday mega savings this weekend as R.C. Willey brings you exceptional values. Like this complete room full of furniture, sleeper sofa, love seat, cocktail plus 2 end tables and 2 beautiful lamps, just $8.99. You'll find additional savings store-wide on dining room sets, clocks, entertainment centers, a giant selection of sofas and much more. Saturday there's free hot dogs and soft drinks, plus with your new purchase, this quality wherever pots and pans set just $9.95. Special hours Saturday until 9 when this offer is over at all R.C. Willey stores.
One of the first things that people notice when they meet us is our skin. And you'll never know just how good your skin can look and feel until you try Stevens.
Stevens Skin Cream is fabulous. It's fantastic. Find another adjective, I'll use it.
Stevens is great for my hands and my face. We love Stevens Cream.
Because you're never going to know just how good your skin can look and feel until you try Stevens.
Now available at local pharmacies and stores. Orange County.
Thanks, Morris.
Los Angeles, Oakland, Denver. Morris Air, bringing low fares to Utah.
Thanks, Morris.
Jeremy Satterfield relishing that interception on the sideline as his Eagles come up to the line of scrimmage. And Travis Gardner over the ball, and his quarterback, Brandon Doman, will give to Stevenson. Stevenson down across the 35, close to the 30-yard line. Let's look at the hit on the quarterback that caused the interception.
You see the pressure's coming from the bottom of the screen, pretty much
Isi
untouched.
Mataili. And right there is Grimace.
And that ball fluttered and hung just a little bit. Satterfield saw it all the way.
Rod, Skyline starting to feel it on the sidelines, I'll bet.
Hey, Reese, the Skyline student body has moved down on the field. Awfully crowded here. They're getting ready to flood out to midfield in about a minute.
You be careful. Don't get carried away now.
They make the announcement at the end of every playoff game here at Rice Stadium. Please stay off the field. And it works in every game except the title game. It never seems to work in title games. Oh, they really just got to pick up 1 first down and protect the ball at this point. If they can get another first down, Orem has just spent the first of their 3 timeouts. So they'll be able to stop the clock 2 more times. But if they can pick up a first down here, they are in great shape as long as they protect the ball.
Orem feeling this one's starting to slip away.
I think they knew it when they went to the double tight ends, threw a bomb to a tight end, got a TD, and it got called back. That was the beginning of the end.
It kind of takes the wind out of your sails. Doman will keep right up the middle. And he gets close to the first down before he's pushed back across the 30.
I think they're going to spot it right at about the 30. But that's 3rd and 1. And here it's really 4-down territory. I bet they'd go for it and just keep the ball. Why risk having a kick blocked at this point?
Orem's going to start using their timeouts and preserve some clock with 1:36 to go. That's about all they can do and hope for a turnover.
Hey! Orem spends another timeout. They've got 1 left. They trail 7-3 with 1:36 to go. And if there's a bright spot here for Orem, if they don't pull this out, remember, this is only the 2nd game all year that any of the Orem football teams have lost. Their JV, their softs, and their varsity combined only have 1 loss coming into tonight's game. They got a lot of underclassmen who are coming up.
We've got a couple of big boys on this team that are juniors too. Casey Jackson, who returned a fumble for a touchdown in the quarterfinal game against Bingham.
Jeremy
He's
Hill.
only junior. Jeremy Hill, you bet.
And it's not over. You can bet right now, the coach in the defensive huddle there saying, guys, attack the ball, strip the ball, put it on the ground. You've done it twice, you can do it again.
And Skyline knows they've fumbled the last 2 times. They're going to be a lot more conservative on this one. And a 3rd and 1.
Well, they went
call Nick Morgan's number right here, maybe?
Well, maybe they go with that quarterback sneak. They just ran it on 2nd down. That's one less exchange of the ball where something can go wrong.
And they fool us both. They give to Stevenson, and Stevenson gets the 1st down.
Well, there's 3 backs behind Doman, so there's 4 threats in the backfield. And they spot that ball at the 28, and they ought to be moving the chains here. Now, the clock will be stopped while they move the chains, but the Skyline guys know exactly what's going on, and they're going to be in the huddle for quite a while.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see, Orem's got 1 more timeout to burn. They can stop the clock 1 more time, but they are in trouble.
Well, we talk about the power games, so they turn around and give it to the littlest guy on the team, Stevenson, but what a great game he's had. Skyline still just trying to decide what to do. In with the play is the other halfback. They rotate 3, Ryan Barker. The ball at the 28, 1st and 10. And the Stevenson again. Boy, that's pretty basic football. Hand off to the halfback going up the middle and get 3 or 4.
Well,
keep the clock running.
He's got 2 big lead blockers in front of him, and before he even got to the line of scrimmage, he had 2 hands wrapped around the ball. He's not about to cough it up right now.
Orem spends its last time out, so barring a turnover here, Skyline's going to be able to run out the clock because they've got it 2nd and 7 with only a minute to go. Skyline's last state championship, 1990. They beat Highland.
2 titles in 4 years and 3 trips to the finals in 4 years for Skyline. That really wreaks havoc on your winter sports program. And basketball and wrestling coaches come to every playoff game and say, hey, basketball and wrestling at Skyline, they're going to have a 2nd round of tryouts now so they can include all the kids who are playing football. And if you've been looking at those bench shots, Skyline's got a lot of kids wearing football uniforms.
Doman will be at those tryouts at basketball tomorrow. Charlie Whiting's holding basketball tryouts.
And there's a good chance he'll get cut, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
right. Well, it's put the knee down time. They've got a protector back there in Barker.
Well, they did the math after that last time out, and now they realize they can just sit here and watch the clock run.
All they need to do is do that 2 more times at the most. There's 43 seconds to go.
If they time
25-second clock.
They'll only have to snap the ball 1 more time. Kneel down 1 more time, and they have the state championship. A perfect season.
Undefeated season for the Skyline Eagles. 1st loss for the Orem Golden Tigers. And it's all but over, barring a fluke turnover here. And Orem's coming, but down goes Doman before they can get to him. And Brandon Doman knows it's all over. The Skyline Eagles know it's all over. As the clock ticks down, the final 10 seconds, the Skyline Eagles are the first ever Utah State Class 5A football champions.